Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 529.
The sexiest podcast on the network. Hi, Brian.
Hey Tony.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, you know, it's going. It's going.
Yeah?
Been really, you know, like, I mean, you've known me a long time. You know, sleep's not necessarily my strong suit.
I believe
And
the Bare Naked Ladies put it best, Brian. Who needs sleep? You're never gonna get it.
That's, yeah.
Also, the philosophers, the Beastie Boys, no sleep till Brooklyn.
Right. Maybe that's the problem, is I need to go to Brooklyn so I can finally sleep.
Yeah, apparently.
This, you know, like where I live, there's like a small kind of like water, I don't know what it is. It's a water treatment or processing facility like across the main road from us.
Probably smells like hot garbage sometimes.
No, it's not even that this time. No, actually, it usually doesn't. The worst that there is like I think I've told you, like on Fridays sometimes, like you can smell the bleach or chlorine.
Oh, God. So it's like when they freshly fill up a public pool.
Yeah, basically, because, you know, I think what it is, there's nobody there over the weekend. So I think they like, you know, just dump in like 3 times as much on Friday and let it ride.
Yeah.
But
speaking of let it ride, Brian, I got myself a delicious Jack Daniels barrel strength,
right.
barrel proof, or single barrel, barrel strength. God, I can't even
That's
tell.
a lot of barrels. That's too many barrels in there. They need to calm down.
Well, I was talking to one of my coworkers at work about it, and he's like, we should do a whiskey swap, because he's all about Japanese whiskey. So he's going to bring me some Japanese whiskey tomorrow. I'm going to bring him some of this. But I had it upstairs, and I'm like, I should bring that to the podcast. So,
Agreed.
yeah. Anyway,
Interested in the Japanese whiskey. I've never had the opportunity because it went from being kind of like obscure to catching on a little bit to Beyonce going, "This is the only whiskey I drink," and then it blew up.
So, this is my buddy Tim at work, and he tried some of it a while ago, and he loved it, right?
Yeah.
And then he tried Japanese gin, Japanese vodka, and then he's tried, I think he says he has 7 different Japanese whiskeys now.
Oh my!
And to quote my friend Tim, he is officially black and ease.
Oh my!
That's how much
All
he
right.
loves his Japanese whiskey.
Wow.
Yes. And he's like, I'm telling you, man, you gotta try this. You gotta try it. And I'm like, and he's like, you know what? Give me one of your little jars. I'm gonna fill it up for you. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, because he was drinking some Jack Daniels over the weekend. I'm like, I got some Jack Daniels you should try. So we'll do a trade. We've traded whiskeys many times in the past. So
yeah, that's fair though. You know, a little something for everybody.
Something for
And
everybody.
it helps too because, you know, then you don't have to go buy a whole bottle.
Yeah, right. Because who knows?
Like
Maybe I won't like it.
Right.
Maybe I'll have to ritually commit suicide because I don't like it.
Probably.
Dishonor my family.
Probably. I mean, you've already instructed Logan on that he has to behead you, otherwise it doesn't, like the ceremony's not complete,
The
right?
ceremony's not complete.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't necessarily know that. You got to have somebody cut your head off afterwards.
I know,
That's
right?
part.
That is the proper way to do it.
I don't know. What do we know? We're 2 white guys.
You know what? You're right. We should just shut the fuck up.
That's exactly what we should
Anyway,
do.
back to chlorine.
Right. No, they're doing something over there, and they're running some sort of like a machine or a pump or something. So basically, it's like, picture like a generator, but on a like 5 times louder scale. And it runs from like 8:45 in the morning till about 4:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, that sounds so soothing. Like the siren.
My prime sleeping hours.
So your new alarm clock's pretty sick, isn't it?
Oh, dude. What sucks is I'll wake up, you know, like you do sometimes when, you know, like to roll over or, you know, got a, you know, hose or something like that.
Right.
And then I lay there and all I hear is and it goes on for a while and then it'll break for like a minute. And you're like, and then
And you're like, motherfucker.
And the only reason it really sucks is because of my misophonia.
Right.
I think most people like it doesn't seem to bother my mom. And but it drives me crazy because it's the same frequency for a long period of time, and it physically hurts
Right.
my ears. And so I put on, headphones, or like the ones I'm wearing right now, the cans, to try to silence it.
You know what's so
And
weird,
that's about,
Brian?
but I can't sleep with them on.
Skype is blurring out your headphones because it doesn't look like you're wearing anything at all.
Oh, I see.
Oh, nope, they ain't. It's fucking weird.
No, it is
I
weird.
actually switched to earbuds tonight because I love my headphones, but that makes my ears too hot.
Yeah,
so,
that's understandable.
I'm like, I got these like $5 earbuds. I'm like, whatever, I'll just use those.
Yeah,
good enough.
But it's like I can't sleep with these things on.
Oh, come on, just try. You roll over, it feels like you rolled on top of a punch bowl.
I don't know how people can, because I know there's people who do.
Well, some people sleep like vampires.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I have seen people that sleep and they wake up and they're in the exact same spot, and you're like, how the fuck do you do that?
It's very rare for me to. I have to be exhausted for me to do that.
Here.
Like if I'm dead ass tired, I will lay down and I won't move.
Yeah, that's about it for me too. Otherwise, I'm gonna toss and turn, and not like because I can't sleep, but just for comfort's sake. With the the shitty knee I got, it aches after, like, if I lay on it too long, so I have to shift to the other side or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, but anyway, so that's been a blast. It's been going on since last week.
Sounds amazing, man.
I really wish they would get done with whatever they're doing because it's getting old.
Maybe you should join those, like, what is that, like, extremist nature preserve group that like chain themselves to trees and they like throw like barbed wire into stuff and whatever. Or they're like trying to like make lumberjacks cut their own arms off of chainsaws and shit, Like
Greenpeace, or is it different?
I know there's some sort of weird extremist like hippie group.
Oh, I'm sure there's probably more than one.
Yeah, you're right. But you need to be something like that. Just go over in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, not the middle of the night. For you, the middle of the night would be right when they're working. Go in the middle of the night for like me. And perform a little sabotage.
Yeah. It looks like they've got a bunch of bags, like these really big bags. And I'm thinking that maybe they're pumping water out of it into these bags. I don't know if maybe they're going to change, maybe they got to pump the water out because they're going to, I don't know, change pipes or do something over there or whatever. Or maybe they're pumping the water out to transport it somewhere. I don't know, but it's whatever they're doing. It's annoying. I'll tell you that. Annoying. And it's right out. I'm not a fan. Yeah. So,
just take a big this week, steaming shit right on the hood of the machine.
That's a great idea. I'm sure they'll never figure that one out because I'm sure there's no cameras over by water.
Get a cool. I mean, it's Halloween. Get a costume. You'll be all right.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Like,
I'll dress up as
like, it's crazy. President Clinton took a shit on our machine.
Again.
You don't even know what Hillary did to it.
Dropping it low.
Yep, exactly.
So the other thing I would mention from this week was a few days, or what was it, later last week, I got I had ordered a tripod bracket for my phone.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Because I was thinking, I was taking some pictures I was going to use on eBay with my phone, and I was like, this would be so much better if I could put this on my tripod, because if it shakes, it ruins the picture a lot of times. True. If you're using like portrait mode or whatever. So
now you're primed to do some sweet TikToks.
Right. Yeah. And they're only like $8 for the thing. Yeah. So, whatever. So I ordered that, and when it came in, there were 2 things on my porch. And I'm like, I didn't order 2 things. I ordered 1 thing. And so I looked, because, a lot of times a neighbor gets stuff. I was like, oh, I wonder if maybe they threw something of theirs up there. No, it was for me. I opened it, and it was a Spotify gift card, like for a year of Spotify.
Oh yeah. You asked me about this in the middle of the week. Okay.
So
I've been curious to know the resolution of this story.
So I'm like, well, I didn't order this. And I'm like, I wonder if somebody sent it to me, like, because it was right after my birthday. I'm like, I wonder if somebody sent it to me as a gift or something.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
What does a Spotify gift card get you?
It's a year of premium.
Oh. That makes sense. Honestly,
Yeah,
I've had premium so long that I don't even think about it. And I'm sitting here like, what do you buy off of Spotify?
Yeah, well, I'll be
Okay, that
honest.
makes
That was the
sense.
first thing.
Don't mind
That
me.
was the
Just an
first.
extra chromosome kicking in.
Dude, that was the first thought I had too. Because I'm like, what do you buy with Spotify? Because like if it was an Apple one, it'd be like, oh, I can either get Apple Music or I can just buy
Yeah, get apps or whatever.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at the Apple Store, right. So or the App Store, I'm sorry. So a couple days before this, real quick. So I open it up and it says it's from like Eric M. And I'm like, I only can off the top of my head think of two Erics I know. One's on Twitter and the other is our friend of the show, Eric Palicki.
Yeah.
Well, his last name starts with a P. I'm pretty sure there's no silent M before it. So
I mean, last I checked.
yeah, so I was pretty sure it wasn't him. And the one on Twitter, his last name starts with a B. So I'm like, pretty sure it's not him. But I was like, maybe that's just a screen name or something.
I mean, maybe, right?
So, but a couple days before that, another Twitter friend of mine, it was her birthday. I wished her happy birthday. And then she has this thing where she talks about like finding magic every day, which is, like celebrating your wins every day.
Right.
And she was like, let me know what you find tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I will. And then that showed up. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, did she, so I asked her and she's like, no, she's like, I really wish I had, because that would have been a really awesome like payoff, but it wasn't me. And I'm like,
so
okay.
What you're saying, Brian, is magic is real.
Yes.
Breaking news, everybody.
She manifested a Spotify gift card for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The secret is correct, I guess. I don't. So Eric, that I know from Twitter, was like, wasn't me, bro. I wish it had been me, but it wasn't me either. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm fresh out of Eric's. So I asked you, because I'm like, is there somebody I'm forgetting or someone from the podcast world that maybe it could be,
Right.
And you're like, nope. I asked a couple other people and nope. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, whoever did this had to have my address, because I don't have a public.
I have a suspect.
All right.
Isn't Brian Magneto's name Eric Magnus?
You're right.
Aha! No. I knew it. You're in league with evil.
Magneto sent me he's not evil, he's just misunderstood.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Magneto sent me a Spotify card.
I knew it.
Anyways, it turns out it was a friend of mine that's the captain of my the word game that I play. What it is she lives in Canada and her cousin lives here, so she sends stuff from Amazon to people through him, like his account, and
it's like some sort of weird fucking money laundering trick.
Yeah, right. No, it's just because like I don't think the free shipping works from Canada to the
I totally get it, but that's it's like see, I got my cousin in America, and I just
I got a
guy. I know a guy that could get you that.
Yeah. But the funny part is, I like after asking all these people, I'm like going crazy because I was raised to thank people for gifts, and I wanted to make sure I thanked whoever got it for me. I also wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake, that like Amazon didn't screw up somewhere.
I mean, if it turned out to be some sort of weird mistake, I think your answer just should have been, I don't know nothing about a gift card.
Yeah.
And enjoy your Spotify premium.
All I know is my friend manifested some magic for me.
Magic happened, man.
I don't know nothing about no Amazon delivery though. But then my friend from Canada, sends me a message and was like, "Did you get that gift card yet?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "That was you." I was like, "Oh," and she sent me something before, but I didn't look at the receipt to see like what name was on it.
When she sends you a message from Canada, does it come via Moosin? Or Canadian Goose probably drops it off?
Yeah, of course. Moose take way too long.
Yeah, that's the snail mail of the of Canada.
Yeah, no, Canada's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but angry, what do they call them? Cobra chickens, right? Angry cobra chickens.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, those things are violent.
I'm not a fan.
They don't like Americans.
No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, so once she, said that, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I never even thought about that because she's told me before that her cousin's name is Eric, and it just did not stick in my head.
Why would it though? like if you
Exactly.
get a random thing in the mail and you're like, you know what? It's probably her cousin that sent me that. One, I would think you're once again Charlie from Always Sunny with all these strings and shit set up.
Right. Well, that's what I felt like because I'm like, okay, because the reason I asked my friend, the one that that manifested it happening, was I was like, well, maybe it was her. I don't know her last name because a lot of people on Twitter keep names private, whatever. And I was like, maybe her husband has the account,
Right.
And maybe her husband's name's Eric, so that's why I asked her. And so I'm, like I said, like you said, I'm doing I got the red lines going all over the place and coming up with nothing though. So
absolutely nothing.
I'm glad it was finally revealed who it was because I was going crazy trying to figure it out.
Right.
And literally had nothing to, I just hit a dead end and was like, I don't know who it could be. My next step was going to be to just post something on the show Twitter and my Twitter and basically be like, hey, whoever sent this to me, thank you, because I don't know who did.
Right.
But like I said, one of the things was it's like you'd have to have my address because my Amazon wish list is public, but first of all, I don't have a Spotify card on my wish list. And second of all, you'd have to know my full name to search for it. So you still got to know me. I mean, not that it's hard to figure out my name, but you know what I mean? It's like you still got to know.
Still got to know.
Right. And know where, there's just things that it was just, yeah. But anyway, mystery solved. So no calling Robert Stack back from the grave.
That would have been awesome, though. I mean, with this magic we've discovered,
I know.
it's
well,
very possible.
You got to be careful. I don't want to split the multiverses or something like that on accident.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yet.
Wow, that's a fun little fun little situation there, eh?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I told my friend, I was like, you got a bonus out of it, which was that you got to torture me for 4 days while I tried to figure this out to no avail.
Oh, I'm glad.
Thank goodness she said something. Can you imagine if she wouldn't have said anything? I'd still be going, ah.
Maybe your birthday next year and another one shows up. What the fuck?
Then I'd be like, is it the same person or is it a copycat?
Yeah, copycat gifter.
Right. Well, because I figure by a year later, I'm going to be so far down a rabbit hole of conspiracy that it's got to be, it can't be the original because of this or that. I'll have a whole separate room devoted to why it's not the original person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'll use a slightly different color string.
Except when you got to tie them together in between rooms.
Right. Yeah.
They lead into each other.
Oh, for sure. Sure. Yeah. Can't really walk through the house anymore. There's just string everywhere.
Well, I mean, can you limbo?
Not low enough. There's too much string.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I'd have to be a piece of paper.
You're doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to throw the cat out because, she'd ruin everything.
Yeah, cats do that.
Yeah.
Trust me. We were playing a board game Sunday night, and the amount of times I had to escort Ember out of the room.
Well, she just wanted to play.
She wanted to be the sea monster that tried to attack our little pirate boats.
That makes sense.
Which I'll talk about that game later too. It's a cool game. But
that would be terrifying. Can you imagine? You're just out on a leisurely pirate cruise, and just a big cat comes up out of the water.
Yar, there be catfish, or something.
And the thing just starts swatting you around. That'd be terrifying.
That would suck
And confusing. How does a cat live underwater? I mean, obviously catfish, but it's not a fish. It's just all cat.
It's all cat. Does it have gills?
I don't know. Maybe.
Just got a giant snorkel.
It didn't answer our QoftheW question, so I don't know.
Well, who did? Yeah. Let's be honest. Who did?
Me? You?
Well, I mean, Diamond Tap fan, Big Dev.
Right.
Actually, I got to thank that man because he gave me multiple ideas from the last show that I implemented into my week, and they all worked out great.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I was bitching out I couldn't get my one local channel I wanted to get.
Yes.
I hooked up the signal booster. Bam! Got that channel.
Nice.
I had
nice.
this baggie of ghost. I keep on calling them Ghost Reapers, which seems like should be a better pepper name.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I had that baggie of Carolina Reapers, and I made pineapple Reaper jelly.
Yeah.
This stuff's good. It is a spicy disaster, but I've already given jars away to dudes I work with, and
Right.
I still gotta give one to a neighbor though, because he provided the peppers, but I haven't seen him outside.
Oh yeah, that seems fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, hey, buddy, watch him be like, "Oh, get those things away from me."
it's like the last time he gave me a pepper and tomatoes and stuff. I made salsa, so I gave him a jar. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a nice
but yeah.
move.
So I mean, thank you, Deb, for the ideas. Because I'm like looking at this baggie of Reapers I had. I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I still have 3 dried ones. I think I'm gonna pulverize them and turn them into a spice blend.
Yeah.
You know,
That makes sense.
some sort of like something I can throw into somebody's eyeballs in a moment of distress.
Yeah, like pocket sand.
Yeah.
Good call.
Pocket Reaper.
Ooh, make sure you got a glove on though.
Yeah, no
I don't
shit.
think you don't want to bare hand that.
No, bare hand that, and then have a little like late night snack, if you know what I'm saying. And suddenly I'm in for a bad time.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, but yeah, my only complaint with my my jelly I made is this is so asinine. I'm like I want to make this stuff, so I had to run to the store to get the last couple ingredients I needed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Whole Foods. I don't really want to go to Whole Foods, but it's right here. So I'm just going to, whatever.
Yeah.
One, Whole Foods doesn't have the pectin you need to make a jelly. So I can only assume they look at their customers like, these people don't make stuff. They buy stuff that's already made.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that. Like I went up and down every aisle, they couldn't find it.
Okay.
So, but whatever. And then the second thing was, I bought a pineapple from them because I've got one of those like ratcheting pineapple core slicers.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand why you use that when you've got a machete.
I mean, you're right. I don't know because I'm an idiot.
What are you
Brian.
doing?
What am I doing?
Fucking opportunity to use a machete.
I use a machete all the time. I'll be honest.
No, you probably shouldn't use it for food after the other things.
No,
you
it's
probably
all
use
rusty except for the edge. I keep that nice and sharp.
Right. Well, if you swing it quick enough,
Gotcha.
maybe.
Yeah, the pineapple was kind of like a shitty pineapple.
Oh.
And I've never bought a fresh pineapple and cracked into it. It wasn't like, this is delicious. That was the first one I took a bite of, and I'm like, well, what are we doing here, Whole Foods?
Yeah.
So, but I had everything already going, so it's like I had to keep rolling. So whatever.
Yeah. That's disappointing, though.
I'll have to make it again, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Big Dev though for that sort of hookup.
Yeah. Coming through. Yeah.
Coming through. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's the man at the plane.
Yeah. He posted the Reaper jelly. I was like, that's a strong idea.
Yeah.
Like it's like I know I ain't want no part of it, but like that's a strong idea, especially like doing the pineapple to try to balance that heat with the ultimate sweet.
That's kind of what I was thinking because I mean I've had a lot of like pineapple habanero hot sauces and mango habaneros.
For sure.
So I'm like,
a little citrus. Yeah,
I'm
sure.
like, you know what? I think pineapples would go really well with this, and yeah, it was good. It tastes good. It's like, oh, this is very tasty. Oh God, my mouth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Much like eating glass.
Yeah. Basically, like, this is very tasty. Oh God, my mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
And yeah, it's also nice to be able to watch all the football games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had to deliver a little power. What was that?
Yeah. I pictured having to get into the Fox viewing position, like I'm Married with Children, where they all had to hold like tinfoil or an antenna a certain way.
Exactly.
Back when literally Fox first came around, and you did have to do that to try to get it.
Yeah.
Because it was real difficult to get in for some TVs.
Yeah, I never understood that.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, like when I was using my my TV with just the the rabbit ears that one of the that you can buy separate now.
Yeah.
For like $10. I had one of those, and every time I switched to, I forgot one of the local channels, I had to fiddle with it to get it right. Like it'd be almost there, kind of like on the radio. Sometimes like on the old turny dials, when you'd get like to where you're not quite on the station, you're like one or two off, and it was it's a little fuzzy, still trying to pick up another station.
Those turny dials.
Yeah,
I always felt like I was like cracking a safe.
I know,
You're, like,
right?
turning it so slow.
Hey, everybody!
Oh,
yes,
don't touch it.
Yeah.
Nobody move.
You hit a bump. Damn it! I gotta start over. Like, dude, it's one dial.
Like I remember with the old TVs and shit. Like sometimes people would walk through the room and the signal would go.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the dials used to have around the edge like a tuning gimmick?
Oh God,
like
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Remember the main one would be like you're on 13, and then you'd have to like adjusting tracking on a VCR base.
It was like it was like a one that went by like say fives, and then you had the bigger dial on the outside that kind of did it by ones.
Yep.
Then
yeah, to fine tune it.
Oh man,
yep.
You're bringing back some memories here, man.
I know. Anyone listening who didn't have to go through that, it's like, God, that sounds terrible. Yeah, you're right. And we didn't have remotes always.
I mean, I'm gonna go back to the days when my family first got cable.
Yeah,
and I remember having to get up to the switch box and go.
Oh yeah.
To put it on channel B.
Yep.
And back to A. And it felt like we had like the side by side switch, and I remember one time we had a push button thing.
Yeah.
And then my parents upgraded it, and you had the one that had the remote that did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, what are we? This is like, I feel like we're doctors. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way I felt when we finally got a TV that had a remote, because for a long time, the TVs we had didn't. And since I would sit on the floor closest to the TV, I was the remote. Basically. Yeah. So I was real happy once I finally got an actual remote. Thank goodness we skipped the whole era of the ones with like the long cord.
I forgot about those.
We never had one of those. Yeah, but yeah, that's
like
that was
having
good time.
One of those remote control cars. It's got like a 10-foot cord hooked to the car. It's like this is just lame.
Look at all the fun I can have with this.
Oh, I can chase my car. Cool.
Yeah, I can hit a ramp, but not a real tall one.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the car just goes straight up, the cord yanks and it just right back down.
Like
probably blows into 1,000 pieces.
It's like a fucking Doberman chasing the mailman, Rawr, it's the end of the leash.
Yep. Like, oh boy, that's over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, man, we're old.
Yep. We sure are. We sure are.
That's all right. That's all right.
So what else happened this week? My week's pretty much that was pretty much it for mine. I had all that excitement of no sleeping and a mystery.
No sleep till. All right. I mean, it's been kind of kind of a chill week. It's been a good week.
All right. We'll take it.
I was saying Sunday, Logan came over because he went to a game store earlier in the weekend, and they were having a quote unquote garage sale.
Okay.
So he bought a couple board games because they're so cheap. But the one he bought, it's called a Seafall, I believe it was.
All right.
And I'm kind of torn with these type of games. It's one of those legacy games, right? Do you know what I'm talking about, Brian?
No.
Okay. It's like a legacy game is normally this game's $40. You got it for 20.
Okay.
Normally though, you buy it and you play it. Basically, you have one extended gaming session with it, and then it's over.
Oh,
and you can't really replay it.
Okay.
Because it's like the game we played. We played the prologue, and throughout the game, you're discovering islands, and you're like opening up a book, and you look at a number, like I'll pick that one, and you have to go through with a pen and cross out that number so it doesn't get picked again. and there's
Oh, okay.
events specific to that number. And then there's like stickers that you put on cards. So as you play the game, like new rules get unlocked, new events happen. And
Right, but I
there's like
see what you're
sealed
saying.
packs
Like,
of cards. You don't know what's in them. You're not supposed to touch them until it tells you to.
right.
You know, so there's like very little replay value. But
Yeah.
for the price, we're supposed to play like 20 games, and we played that for probably 3 hours. So you get a
Okay.
lot of content for your money, but it's weird for me as a guy who likes buying board games to buy a
Yeah.
board game and that has no replay value after you're done with it.
Yeah. It is. It sounds really cool for the first playthrough, though. Like some stuff that like all that kind of stuff sounds like it's a good experience. But yeah, I could
It's
see
like
where.
no spoilers if anyone who wants to play Seafall, skip ahead a little bit. But the prologue we played, like we were stockpiling, getting ready for our next gaming session. Like, oh, I'll take the gold because the game's almost over, and I can use this
Right.
gold for my next game. Because every person that plays has a little treasure chest. You put all your stuff in
Okay.
it, so next time you play, you have all your stuff.
Oh, okay. That works. All right.
So we're like, cool, this would be great. And then the prologue wraps up, and you find out what happened was the people you were playing as were actually your parents. So everything you played in the game is gone except for the knowledge you unlocked.
So it's similar to what was that? There's a game that you and I both played on like Xbox or whatever. What was it?
I don't know.
Or maybe somebody was told. Anyway, maybe it was one the guy who told me about, where basically you play, and then you definitely will die, and then your kids basically have what you had, and that's basically it.
That's very similar, except like my cool upgraded ship and all my gold I don't have because that was my parents' ship. I just have the
right.
knowledge of the stuff that they discovered on the islands they visited.
Wow.
So all the stuff we did were like, fuck, because now we got to start over from scratch with just. But I mean, it caught everybody off guard,
Right. Which is, I'm sure,
it's cool
point.
because you just don't see stuff like that. Like there's a page right when you open the box that says, "Here's how to set up the game. Do not look in this book unless we tell you to."
Oh, okay.
It's like a book of spoilers, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's funny though. You'd think you'd be able to keep maybe a little of the gold or something like an inheritance kind of a thing.
Well, no, because they sailed out and they never came back.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's how. So now, as their children, you're like, well, what happened out there? Let's go find out.
Okay, now it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe down the road you'll find it.
May I don't know. That's what's so weird. I don't know.
You have to keep playing.
And that's the thing that's kind of cool about the game.
The part that sucks though would be like, okay, whatever group you played with, like if say you got me and Dev and somebody else, and we're like, hey, let's play this, and you're like, because you already kind of been through it. Plus, all the stuff is already kind of spoken for in the game.
Well, it's like Logan, like he really liked this one session we played.
Yeah.
He's like, I kind of want to play this with my friends, but I'm gonna have to buy it again, and I'm gonna have to pretend I'm surprised. Because it's kind of like for instance, okay, one of the things you do in the game is you explore stuff. So like I'm gonna go explore this sun icon number 3 on this island.
Yeah.
You open up the book and you pick a number of all the sun icons on this big map. And say I pick number 162. So we cross that off. It'll never happen again. And then it goes, he looks up 162 and he reads it, and it's like a choose your own adventure. So it's like, like you find all these strange bones on this island. Do you ignore them or do you investigate them? And depending on which one you pick, you then go to a different part of the book.
Oh, okay.
So like, I was like, well, I'm going to investigate these bones because I don't know what the fuck they are. And basically I got run off by the natives, and then that island forever does not like my dude.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I assume they just have, like wanted posters everywhere for
Well, it's interesting. You put a token on the island, and then that like increases the difficulty of you doing stuff on that island.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Like you play six turns, and it becomes winter, and it's like a new round starts.
Okay.
So when winter happens, you remove the tokens. But if you build up enough tokens, you actually take a sticker and you put it on there, and it's permanent.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
so
if you
if you
keep
do it
trying,
enough, the Islanders are like, fuck that guy, you know.
you got people watching for
Yeah,
you now.
exactly. If you do it a couple times, they're just like, oh, it's him again. But if you do it enough, they're like, oh no, fuck this dude. So
Interesting.
it's a really interesting concept for a board game.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I know
It's
Pandemic,
too
which I
bad.
really like Pandemic. I mean, you got me that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know they make a legacy version of that.
Oh, do that? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
And Leah
Hmm.
loves playing Pandemic. She doesn't have the patience to play this Seafall game. But she loves
Yeah.
playing Pandemic. I kind of want to buy that so we can all play it
Yeah.
just to see how that is.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know they've got a few expansions for Pandemic
Yeah.
too.
Because
At
like
least
a
one.
game that evolves every time you play it, and it's all kind of like connected to from the first time you played it, is kind
It's
of
cool. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, yeah.
But once we like hit session 20, we're done.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. The part that really sucks in this is that, like you said, like Logan can't just throw everything back in the box, like where you guys would maybe write down everything you had,
Yeah.
throw it all in the box, and then he go play it with his other friends. It's like that's where it really sucks, is that you can't
Well,
transfer that experience.
the one thing I'll give
Well,
my
you could,
son is he's a
if you didn't-
hardcore gamer and he's all in.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No. I'm just saying it just kind of stinks that you kind of limited on the experience in that aspect. You
and
know, like for somebody like me, it wouldn't matter because it's like whatever group I play with is probably the only group I'm going to play with.
right.
You know, so when we're done, it's like, okay, well, we got X amount of hours out of it. That's a pretty, $40 for that much time is well worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, I don't like every time I would look at legacy games, I'm always like, you're gonna throw it away eventually or whatever. But now that I've actually played one, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but you're right though. That is something like you can't really go, okay, well, we beat this. There's not much more we can do. Let's throw this on eBay or something because it's already used up.
Yeah, it's all
the only way to do it would be to replicate, things like make little paper things to be the markers instead or something like that.
I looked online too to see if maybe they sold like a refill pack. And it doesn't look like they do. But I searched for like 3 seconds, I mean, maybe if you go to the actual like company website, they might, make like a because that was one of the complaints I read online about the game was like some guy was like, even Yahtzee gives you extra score sheets. Why can't this have? And then,
well, in fairness, though, Yahtzee is meant to be played over and over and over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like the top response was, hey man, it's about you're paying for the experience of the game.
Exactly.
So
that's really what you have to look at it as is that it's similar. Like there's video games you play over the years that have a lot of replay experience, potential, and there's some that it's pretty much a one through and that's it. Like you can play it again, but it's going to be the same game basically.
Exactly.
And it doesn't cost less because you get less playing experience. It's still a $60 game. So it's
But yeah,
that's where it's to read up on the games and really think about it first. I think the concept of, especially for a group of 4 people or whatever, to get 20 play sessions out of something, if each one is a few hours, that's quite a few hours.
That's a lot of time.
And if you think about going out and doing anything as a group of 4 for that amount of time, whether it's movies or dinner or whatever it is, you're going to spend way more than $40. So
it's honestly, it's like say you did have a group of 4 people that you guys get to go and play games a lot. You could go, hey, there's this game. It's Seafall. It's a legacy game. Everybody throw in $10.
Yeah.
And then we'll buy it and we'll play it.
Yeah, totally. And that'd be worth it. Yeah.
So
exactly.
I
agree.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Well,
I didn't buy it either, so that makes it even better.
Well, also he paid $20 for it, so it's even
half off.
Yeah, that's the real move. Is if you can find places that'll sell those games for like half off and keep snapping them up that way. That's the real move.
I can't remember the other game he bought, the name of it off the top of my head, but the concept behind it is it's almost like the time cops in Loki.
Okay,
like you're a group of guys that are sent back in time to preserve the timeline. And somehow the mechanics of the game have looping effects.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm very curious to play it. because although he said, Logan said he read that it's basically one of those games you play it enough, you start to know all the scenarios and it loses replay value.
I can understand that. Yeah.
But I'm so curious about the way, like, affecting the timeline in a board game. Like, how does this work?
Right.
Who came up with this mechanic? I have to see it in action.
Well, very, very smart people work on these games.
I mean, you've seen how many games I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had somewhere I could display them because I have a lot, but.
What you do you just got to put shelves in right behind you. Just put them all there.
Dude, this is like a dormer room, bro. I stand up, I take my head out.
Yeah, I know.
Like, believe me, I wish I had more space back there for stuff.
You just have to put your own shelves in there.
I'm going to have to put posters, like, by the carpet so you can see them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I told you I want to get one of those sick-ass Lamborghini Countach posters.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that. For sure. For sure.
Either that, I was actually honestly thinking about moving my shit yet again, so I have a bigger wall behind me. I don't know, because anyway, I'm just babbling now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, my neighbors, not the guy who gave me the peppers, the single mom who moved in like a year or so ago. Man, her and her fucking man been going to war lately, and it's getting awfully annoying. Like, I hate living by people that argue all the time.
Well, especially when it's like windows open weather. It's not as bad when the windows are closed, but when windows are open, it really sucks.
Well, like, it hit a high note over the weekend when I'm sitting in the living room thinking, watching football like a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hear, "How give fuck?" I'm like, what the fuck is... And I just hear, like, noises. So I had to get up. I go out on the porch. And dude's, like, blocking her driveway. And they must be in the car talking. He's just yelling. Okay. "I don't give a fuck about that other guy. I care about you. I don't give a fuck." And I was like, oh. Come back and say, whatever. Doing my best to ignore it. And it ends, finally.
Yeah.
So fast forward to, we played that Seafall game till, like, 11-something at night Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was feeling dead. And, like, Logan's like, "Well, we're done. I got to go, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, fuck. I got to, like, put the dogs out. I got to take the garbage out. And Logan just left. And we still had our front porch open. And I just started hearing yelling. But it was, like, far away.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I think I was letting the dogs in, actually. And then, like, I see dude's truck coming up the road. He's just yelling out the window. Like, slowly driving up the road, just yelling.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and I don't even know if she was home because all her lights were off. And, like, he like, went and parked back by our garage, and, like, I let the other dog out. And he's just in the backyard yelling at the house.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, what the dude? And, like, it was getting to the point, like, Michelle was in the shower, so, it was getting to the point, I'm like, am I going to have to call somebody? Like, because this dude's got to be hammered.
That's what I was thinking, too, is he's probably just drunk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. I'm like, he's probably drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm sitting out on the porch, like, fucking around my phone and just, waiting for her to get out of the shower so we go to bed. And I see, like, the whole driveway light up red. I'm like, oh, brake lights. Finally, he's leaving.
Yeah.
And he backed out and got to the end of the driveway. And I could see him sitting in his truck, and he's all illuminated. He's on his phone.
Right.
And I'm like, at least he's not yelling anymore. So I was like, whatever. I'm going to bed. When I went to work the next day, his truck was sitting in the same spot. And Michelle said it was sitting in the same spot most of the morning. I guarantee he passed out in that thing.
Oh, jeez, he probably did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, good versus driving anywhere if he was that hammered.
I guess, but man, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just, it was another one of those like little notches where I'm like, I can't wait to get out of this area.
Yeah. Well, and it sucks too, because like you said, it puts everybody else around in a state of, do we call the cops? Is this
guarantee
a dangerous
I wasn't
situation?
the only one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because actually, one of my neighbors over here went through that for a while because the guy she was seeing, they were like, if they'd get drunk together, they were combustible.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and the rest of the time, I mean, she literally tried to hit him with her car one day.
Wow,
Like
she
he
must
was
be like fucking ripped, pick a car up and hit him with it.
Yeah. No, driving it up the driveway.
Good Lord.
Dude, like she stomped the gas and almost went into the house. It's her house.
I mean, that would have been exciting.
Yeah, like nothing like wrecking your own car and house. That'll show him.
That'll get him. That'll learn him.
But yeah, that was. There were times, man, where we were like real close because there was one day I actually was standing on the porch and kind of like looking over there, and you know, I finally just was like, hey, you guys need to knock it off. I was like, if you don't, I'm calling the cops, because it looked like it was gonna escalate to someone getting hurt, you know.
Right.
And it's like, I don't want to be the call the cops guy.
These aren't the people that were in your neighborhood that have like 18 kids and her asshole was hanging out that one day. And
yeah,
okay, I don't know why I pulled them out of a hat. It doesn't seem like their type.
Right.
11 o'clock at night, we're smoking cigars and the kids are running in the street, and I'm talking like kids in diapers.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yep. It's nice. She's a nice person, but that was a bad relationship, like really bad. Like that was toxic on both sides. It was.
I do believe Britney Spears sang a song about that.
Yep, called "Oops, I Did It Again." But yeah, that was it. It just makes you. It's like, you know, when if you're at a friend's house and they just start yelling at each other or something, and you're just like,
I've been in situations like that before.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's like, you do realize there's people here, right?
Like, maybe you want to take this in another room or wait till later. No,
I mean, I got one word for it, Brian. Tension.
Correct, sir. You are correct.
Tension.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mm. Yeah.
Oh, how could I forget this one too?
All right.
So I had a surprise little like hangout session with my daughter, which is cool because, you know, I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, but I picked her from school on Friday, and she was like, "Hey, let's just hang out." I'm like, "Oh, all right, it's cool." She's like, "Ma, I said I don't have to be home till like 9." I'm like, "All right, dope." So we ended up. What the fuck did we do? We did all kinds of weird shit, but we went to Spirit Halloween.
Yeah,
you got to.
Right.
And they had, have that let's sacrifice Timmy shirt or whatever. Yeah. I love that shirt. Well, they had another collection of those, so I'm whipping through them, and Leah found one she loved, and she's like, "I got money. I'm gonna pay for it." I'm like, "All right, that's fine." That wasn't in her size. Like, even had a lady went to the back, and this lady was a nice lady.
Yeah.
I think she was a little touched because she wouldn't leave us alone after we talked to her. She was a nice lady.
Yeah.
But she went to the back, couldn't find a size either.
Ooh.
So Michelle was like, "Well, they have these shirts at Spencer's Gifts because I have another one. It's like Worship Coffee. It's like all these bitches are on a big coffee mug." Yeah. And she's like, "That's where I got you that shirt for your birthday, was at Spencer's. They had a whole bunch of these." And I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "All right." So we ended up going to the mall, which, of course, Suicide was on.
There's still a Spencer's in Franklin Park?
Still a
okay.
Spencer's.
I haven't been in that mall in so long.
You're not missing any. It's becoming the shit mall.
I don't care because there's nothing there for me.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. It's becoming the shit mall.
I take that back. I'll actually be going there tomorrow, but I won't be going. But I'm not going into the mall proper. I'm going over to use my buy one get one free Mongolian Grill birthday coupon.
I mean, I get it. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, gonna go get some eats, but I'm not really going in the mall. So
yeah, just don't walk through the mall. Go through the outside door.
Right. Honestly, the only thing the mall has anymore that's like there for me would be maybe the food court. Like if I was there for another reason, I would end up in the food court maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
There's a cool store called Box Lunch. They got some fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. If I was in there, I'd probably go in Hot Topic and Box Lunch only because of Pops.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But But so
that's about it.
we go to Spencer's.
Literally, I don't know any other store I've been in. Sorry, go ahead.
We go to Spencer's, which I haven't been in a mall in a while, and like I said, it's like become the shit mall. It looks so weird, and there's so many empty storefronts now, and
Really?
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, because they got too expensive on the stuff.
Oh,
well,
I'm sure.
plus COVID.
I'm sure COVID didn't help either, but
Oh yeah.
But well, one, there was these teenage kids running around, and I wanted to choke slam every single one because they were fucking annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But two, and this would have bothered you since you're a noise guy, the door chime. No one was coming in or out, and it's just bing boom, bing boom.
Oh jeez.
Like even when we're cashing out is going off, and I'm like, how is nobody throwing a brick at your door chime? And she's like, it didn't work for weeks, and it was great, and I don't know what happened. But so
it's like, seriously, there should be a tech support number you can get to be like, we need to turn this thing off. Like, this is
it was
just
horrible.
insane.
It was horrible
until we can get this serviced or something. Yeah.
But
Yikes.
they did have the shirt that Liam wanted in her size, and it was like they're having a sale on shirts. It was like buy 4 get 1 free, because like I found a shirt I really liked. And then Michelle was like, you guys are getting shirts? We're like, yeah. She's like, I'm getting a shirt then. I'm like, well,
guys get shirts. I can't believe she'd even ask.
The guys get shirts. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The guys get shirts.
It's right.
That's what I'm saying.
And she's like, well, I'm going to get a shirt. And I'm like, well, fuck. If we're getting 3 shirts, we should get 1 more and get 1 free.
Absolutely. Yeah, you might as well at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, Leah, pick out her shirt. She's like, well, I don't want to, because she's very, like, well, I don't need another. It's just pick out a shirt.
Yeah.
So she picked one out under distress, and then I'm like, well, now we're getting a free one.
I just love every time she wears it now.
Yeah.
She'll just remember how, you were threatening her with her own shoe.
Yes, exactly.
So she picked the shirt out. Yeah.
But so it's like, now I'm like, well, we need a shirt. Who's going to get this extra shirt? And
that's what I was going to say. It's like, how do you decide who gets the shirt?
Logan got it for Christmas.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we picked out a good one for him.
Okay, I guess that's.
But I'm being honest, because Jeannie and her family, they came up very religious like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting to get a text about the shirt that Leah picked out.
What did she get?
It's a Cthulhu shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I can't remember exactly what it says. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just saying Cthulhu, it's like they're gonna hate it.
She said she wore it to school and she got some weird looks, but
yeah.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
All that does is tell you who you want to be friends with,
Yeah, exactly, right? Oh yeah.
Joy.
It's Cthulhu, and it just says it's got small children walking up, and he's sitting on a big like throne, and it just says "Trust in God."
Oh God! Oh man! Oh boy!
Here, I'll pull it up for our viewing audience here. I mean, it's a great shirt. It really is.
I'm shocked you haven't gotten a phone call over that. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, I was like, you should not wear this to your grandpa's house. I'm just saying.
That's a fair move. There is something to that, right? Like, like if you had a shirt that said, fuck the world or something like that. And it's like, but like your mom wouldn't appreciate it. It's like, maybe don't wear it.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah. Wherever else you want, but maybe not to mom's house or church.
They came over for dinner yesterday and she was wearing it. And she's like, I wore this to school today. And no one said anything. I'm like, oh, well, awesome. Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does your mom think about it? And she's like, she hadn't seen it yet. I'm like, God damn it, Leo.
Boy. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
This feels like a shirt she should just leave at your house and only wear when she's with you.
I know. I mean, I hate to say I'm a bad influence, but I guess I'm a bad influence.
Yeah.
But, anywho, but that's actually not the point of the story. That's just a fun side trip.
Oh, all right. All right.
So on our way home, I'm fucking starving, guys. I haven't eaten since like 11 something. It's going on like 7. I don't really feel like cooking because I've been working since 5 something this morning.
And Roman burgers at the mall just ain't what they used to be.
No, we were already out of the mall. We already left.
Oh, because otherwise that's the move.
Yeah.
You're there. I mean,
and like Michelle's foot was hurting. She's like, I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm like, all right, because Leah's vegetarian. And Michelle asked her, hey, if you could pick fast food that you can eat, what works for you?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's honestly probably one of the better options for vegetarians because you can get everything they make with beans instead of meat.
Yeah, so Brian, Friday night I had Taco Bell for the first time in probably over a decade.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Oh my goodness is right.
Too bad I didn't get you Taco Bell gift cards like I always joke about.
Yeah, I know, right? Now I did. It makes me kind of sad because I wanted to save that moment for our show. To do like a sweet and salty thing, but I asked for every hot sauce and they didn't give me any.
Meanwhile, the last time I went, I asked for 0 hot sauce and got like 15 packets of a variety of sauces.
I said, she's like, "Do you want any hot sauce?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just give me a little bit of everything." And we got nothing.
Wow.
So we can still do this for the show because I do want to try their hot sauces.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I did a little Doritos Los whatever the fuckos.
Locos Tacos.
Yeah. And I mean, I gotta say they weren't bad. I felt like shit later.
Sure. That's I mean, that's the side effect of Taco Bell.
But I didn't have the world-ending gravy leg like I had the last time I had Taco Bell. So
which is a good reason to not go back.
That's why I didn't go back.
Yeah, because who wants it?
When you start fire hosing out of your asshole,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah. I've had. Well, yeah.
So I mean, like I said, it wasn't terrible. It's not something I want in my full rotation of meals.
Did you get anything else, or
no? I just because I'll be honest. I looked at the menu. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it's pretty much all the same ingredients. Like if you look at everything they have, it's basically 5 ingredients. Yeah. They just mix it differently.
And I was like, and they're like, "What do you want to drink?" And I'm like, because I didn't want to pop. And I'm like, iced tea. We're all out of iced tea, sir. And I'm like, a Pepsi. And I just gave it to Lee, and she took it home with her. Yeah, like I came home and cracked a beer like a man.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've gone with my brother to Taco Bell. There's times where, like they'll have like a $5 box where it's usually like a variety of items and then you get a drink with it for $5. Yeah. Yes. And he'll usually be like, if I get this, do you want the drink? I'm like, sure, I'll put it in the fridge. Yeah,
whatever. Just get it with I just put it in the fridge. I'm like, when you go home, just take this with you.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. Because it ends up being cheaper to buy the stuff that way and, whatever. And he's getting water. It's not like he gets an alternate drink. He gets water. So it's not like I can be like, well, I'll buy your shake or something,
It's funny because when we left, Leah was like, because we were talking about pop. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't drink it, And then she's like, I ordered a Pepsi. She's like, I didn't think you drank pop, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I don't. This is for you. Why didn't you get water? I didn't think of it. I don't know.
Because I'm paying for a drink. I want to get a drink
that
isn't
that's kind of what my mindset was,
Because I mentioned that to my brother. I'm like, why didn't you just get a water instead? And he's like, well, I'm paying for it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
I get water from home for, not free. I pay for the water too, but whatever.
Right. Well, that's what it is. We go to Taco Bell. We'll come back here. He'll just grab a water out of our fridge, So it's like whatever. But it's just kind of funny because it is, but it does suck because they have like Kickstart, I think, which is basically still pop, and then they have like all the, pops, but they don't really have much that isn't a pop other than water, iced tea. And even the iced tea is pretty much.
Oh, I was expecting to be just shit.
Yeah. Cause it's going to be like Lipton Brisk. Cause I think they're
I'm sure nobody orders it. So it probably sits in a vat.
Well, you know, like the way you want your tea is finely aged.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, so it wasn't a terrible experience.
All right. Well, you went pretty conservative though too. So
like I said, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. And it was like prime time. I could tell I was annoying the shit out of the woman.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't decide what you wanted. Everyone who walks in Taco Bell usually is like, "I'll take 14 of these, this, that, this, and they're,
and I'm like we pull up and Leah knew what she wanted, but Michelle and I were like,
Meanwhile, you're like, "What's this magical board?"
Yeah, I'm like, what is a crunch a wrapperito? I don't understand what is happening.
Like, you know what a crunch wrap is because you've made it at home.
I did make it,
so it's basically the same idea. Yeah, but other than that, I can see you being just deer in headlights.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on.
It's kind of like, when you go to those places, like, you go to one of the like cheesesteak places in Philly and you don't know how to order,
Oh, I need it slapped and feathered. Like, what?
Yeah.
What did he say? Did that guy just order? Do I want my sandwich slapped and feathered? I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
You're not from around here, are you?
Well, yeah, it's like when you order hash browns from Waffle House.
Yeah.
I need them like slattered and hunked or whatever, you know?
Yeah. You got to know that. Yeah. I actually hate that. I really, it's why for the longest time it would piss me off, like at Starbucks when you'd say large and they'd be like grande or whatever. And I'd be like large,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not using your
Like,
terminology.
is grande a large? Well, no, it's a grande. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want a
you don't have-
large.
You don't have a large? All right. Well, I guess I'll go somewhere else. Timmy's has got large.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
So, yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, it's a start. You know, baby steps.
Baby steps.
It is really the best fast food option though for her situation.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah, because that's
Because
exactly.
most other places.
And I mean,
You could go to like Burger King has the Impossible Whopper, but she doesn't like the chew of
yeah, she doesn't. The texture, the fake meat.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's right out. So what else do you get at a place like that? They probably have they still have salads, but
Well,
meh.
she's the only vegetarian I know that doesn't like salad.
Okay, that's really weird, but all right.
I know. I love her.
Well, she's really killing it, like really crunching down on
Like, trust me, like
her
anytime,
options.
like she's coming over this weekend, and about Thursday night will hit, and I'll be like, I'll start rubbing my head, like, what food am I gonna buy this weekend? You know, because it's so hard for me.
right. Well, because salads gives you a lot of room.
Although,
you know?
let me bounce this idea off you, and I guess off our listeners / viewers. Salty Language Pod on YouTube. Smash the subscribe. So Michelle's talking about like she wanted to make a chicken pot pie, but she's
Okay.
like, but maybe we can make like a veggie pot pie for Leah because Leah's coming over. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then it just like I had this like flash of like it was like a beautiful mind, things rushing through my head. One
Right.
of Leah's favorite things is these little packets of like chickpeas and lentils that are like Indian, flavored or Middle Eastern flavored. She just heats them up in a microwave.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that was a
I know,
thing,
right?
but okay. Interesting.
And so
All right.
I was kind of like, what if we took like a bunch of vegetables and some chickpeas and stuff and almost made like a pot pie like that?
That seems like that would make
With
sense.
some veg in there and all that. That's what in my head, it makes sense to me. But I don't know
Right.
if that much of it, like a slice of that,
Oh, yeah,
is
that
going to
might
be
be the issue.
overwhelming.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you probably the only
Unless
way
you
to find
thin
out,
it
is
out,
probably-
maybe.
that might be a smarter
Yeah.
move. Like thin it out to where you can always have two pieces if you.
Yeah,
You
or
know,
scoops.
'cause I'm
I
assuming
mean, I guess you
you're
don't
gonna
really
make, like-
cut slices of pot pie. You kind of just scoop.
Well, it depends, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, because all the stuff inside is usually goopy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that would probably be my first move. Is maybe go with a thinner one, and then if you're like, oh, this is really good, then maybe next time you could go
Like, oh, we're
bigger.
gonna fat boy this up.
Yeah.
Make this a thick boy.
double decker.
Thick.
Yep.
Man, I need a better chair up here. My ass is numb.
Yeah. Just get yourself a roid pillow and put
I
on
just want
it.
fucking donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll help you out.
It's so weird to me.
And your roids won't get as irritated.
Like,
you know?
I need an
You're all set.
inflatable donut to sit on, and I'm gonna plop my asshole right in the middle of it.
The weirdest part is that it ends up being a pillow you take with you.
You know what? I never thought about that.
And the only reason that popped into my head, remember last week when I was telling the story about the old lady at the
Oh God!
blood
Did she have
draw
a Roy
place?
pillow.
Oh, she totally had a roid
Oh,
pillow.
that's
Yeah.
vile.
Like she gets up and she goes, she had to go use the facilities. And when she does, the phlebotomist comes out and she's like, don't forget your pillow. And I was like, how weird is that you literally take an ass pillow with you everywhere you go?
That's gotta be weird.
You know?
You know what, Brian? Salty Language Industries. Pantaloons of built-in Roid pillow.
No one will ever know,
It just ma-
especially
it,
in this
It makes it just look like you got some thick old cakes back there.
Right. If you ever wanted to drop it down low while keeping your hemorrhoids nice and
Yep.
safe, have we got the answer
We
for
got
you?
the answer for you.
Perfect for torquing.
Exactly.
Perfect
Corduroy
for when you're-
pantaloons with built-in ass guards.
Corduroy. I don't know if corduroy is the
Isn't that
right
the
move.
kids are wearing these days?
I don't know. I don't know what the kids wear these
I don't
days.
pay attention to it anymore.
I don't pay
Too
any
old for that
attention
shit.
either. Right. Whatever they're wearing, it's probably what we wore in the 90s.
That's accurate.
That's about what it feels like.
Well, it's like I've noticed an uptick in mullets. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I had to ask my daughter about it because she's a TikToker. I know I have
Right.
TikTok. I'm not really a TikToker.
Right.
Not like my girl who's a TikToker now, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I asked her, I'm like,
does she think they're cool?
what, mullets?
Yeah.
She says on the right people they look good.
So you need to be like, so I'm going to just tell her you're going to grow a skullet.
I mean, I could. I think. I don't even know what I can grow anymore.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But so I
Yeah.
asked her, I'm like, what is this about? And it started as a TikTok thing. It was like people kind of wanting to like make fun of people. And then other people saw them with those haircuts and are like, oh, that's what people are doing. They're cool. And it's become a thing. Like, I never thought the
Wow.
mullet would become a thing again, besides that
I can't-
weird generation of idiots with
Yeah.
mullets.
Right. I can't wait until we can hit a point to where we can read the behavioral studies on TikTok and the influencing
Oh, it's
of
bizarre.
things. Just, you know what I mean? Like, because it's one of those things that it's like, it feels like anything where once you hit a level of influencing, that it can be used for good or bad, you know? And as we've seen, there's been plenty of really stupid TikTok videos where people have gotten hurt or could die from. You know, like I forgot what's that other one. Not the it's not milk, but it was something
The
else.
milk
It's like
crate
if you
challenge.
well, that one too, but no, I mean this is something that you drink. I forgot what it was, and it was but it can literally like explode your stomach, basically. And
That's fun.
and people yeah, and it's like, what are you doing? I can't remember who it was. I was listening to a podcast and a guy actually said he tried it and got fucked up with it.
Why would you try it?
Because he didn't know that you could get seriously hurt
Like
doing it.
spray foam.
Yeah, right. Well, I saw some article today talking about how there's TikToks of like kids who work in it, like McDonald's or whatever, and they're throwing ice into
I've
the deep
seen
fryer.
that one.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, please, folks, if you didn't know this, please never, ever, ever put anything frozen into hot
water.
oil. Yeah, even water, because it can create like big time fire.
Yeah, like I saw it come across my feed. I'm like, what is this idiot doing? And a couple days later, I saw it again. I'm like, oh, it's a thing.
Yeah, like this is a
Like,
thing.
oh,
now.
I'm gonna
like,
burn down my Arby's so I get viral.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get
Right.
Meat Mountain if you burn down Arby's?
Well, the best part is that you're fucking videoing. You're handing the footage out.
Yeah, the kids these
The
days.
police,
Brian.
the police have you dead to rights because you've posted it publicly. They don't need a search warrant for it. They have proof right there.
Although
And it's
I'm not one to follow most trend. It's probably not even trend.
you're gonna do it.
I have so much ice ready for a deep fryer.
I'm going right to Arby's tomorrow and doing it.
No, you're gonna hate me when I tell you this, but then I'm gonna describe it.
And I'll probably hate you more.
You might, or you might go. You know what, Tony? That might be an idea. I don't even know if I want to utter these words, but I saw.
Listen, Tony, this is a safe place. You've already talked about eating Taco Bell.
You're
here.
right. You're right. That's it.
And
I feel
never
comfortable
ever
now.
thought. Yeah, I never thought you would do that. If you can talk about eating Taco Bell, I feel like you can discuss almost anything unless I go, please don't say that. I don't want to hear you talk about
Fair
that.
enough.
I don't want to hear about you expressing your anal glands, right?
Again,
Again, yeah.
on the gutter. So I was flipping through TikTok. I think it actually was when I was listening to my neighbors yell at each other.
Sure.
And this fucking guy made pumpkin spice pulled pork.
Okay.
All right, now hear me out. Because
All right.
I'm a fan of fuck you and your pumpkin spice. I'm over. I've been over that trend for a long time.
Right. Unless it's literally a pumpkin pie.
All right, so he got his pork shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And he slathered the outside in pumpkin butter. And then
Okay.
hit it with like your typical pumpkin pie spices on, cloves, cinnamon, all that on the outside. And then smoked
Okay.
that bitch.
Okay.
And when it came time to pull it and like wrap it in butcher paper and then smoke it again like they like to do,
Yeah.
he smoked it inside a pumpkin. And he cleaned.
That's interesting.
He cut the top of a pumpkin off, cleaned it out, and then put pumpkin butter on the inside, all the spices, and then butter. Put the pulled pork in it, and then smoked it some more.
Okay, that's interesting.
And, he's like, the pumpkin cooks with the meat, so it kind of infuses more pumpkin flavor. And I kind of want to try this.
Yeah, as much as it kills me, I'm with you on
I
it.
know, right?
Do you know why though? Because this isn't pumpkin spice as much as this is like, I don't know. I feel like this is more pumpkin than it's pumpkin spice.
I really feel like that pumpkin pie kind of flavor. Because pumpkin spice is like sugar with a little bit of pumpkin.
Yeah.
But
right.
I kind of feel like this pumpkin-y pie flavor that I feel like the pumpkin butter and all these spices are going to go really good with smoked pork.
How could pumpkin butter and pulled pork not be dude, I'm just thinking of the idea of slathering pumpkin butter on the roll before and slapping it right on top of that.
Well, my first thought was actually like, ooh, how have I never eaten apple butter and pork before?
Yeah, well, I'm pork chops and applesauce.
Yeah. But yeah, so I
thought a while ago, I made a comment to Jen at one point when I forgot what I was making for dinner, and I was talking about how I was gonna just cook the sweet potatoes way down and just smear them across the bread and put, I don't remember what it was. I feel like it was pork of some sort. And I was like, that's going to be my sandwich. And she's like, that sounds so gross. And I'm like, how does that sound gross?
Yeah, I could see mashed sweet potatoes smeared on a roll, like a sweet Hawaiian roll with a pile of pork. Right. I think I just got hard, bro. Sounds good.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't understand why it wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm kind of with you on this one.
I know, like
mainly because, like I said, it would have been different if you were like, you blah 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 pork, then you just like shook some pumpkin spice seasoning on it. Then I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like, I'll be honest. When the stupid thing came up, the guy like opened up the jack-o'-lantern, and there was a pork shoulder in it, and he was like, pumpkin spice pulled pork. I went, fuck you, and I swiped away. And then my food scientist part of my brain was like, that was in a pumpkin. Hold on,
Yeah, like I got to
I have to at least see the process here. And then I watched it, I was like, I kind of want to make this now. Oh shit.
It's really interesting to do it in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Though. That's
So I this might be something I might have to do.
Yeah.
Brian, if you ever want to come over and watch some football on a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm down for trying.
Sunday.
Well, I mean there's college on Saturday.
Yeah, but
I know.
Whatever. But yeah, so
at least like, do you want to, if you want to come over and watch football on a Tuesday,
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Really, dude, there's probably a college game. ESPN has college games on like all through the week. So
yeah, but do you want to watch I don't know,
Toledo versus nobody?
Forest State versus I can't even come up with cool cities.
I like to use Podunk State.
Yeah,
is
there
my
you go.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yep.
But yeah, and I'd be kind of curious to see, what our buddy Big Dev thinks about that because he likes smoking the meats, and also Cheeto. I'd like to hear what he thinks about this whole idea.
Yeah, Garrett too.
Garrett too, because I think it's fucking lunacy, but I kind of want to try it.
Well, because I like Garrett mentioned doing carrots in his air fryer on the roast setting, which was something I had never thought of. But I was like, after listening to where he's like, I just toss it in a little Earl and salt and pepper, and they're a little crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. I'm like, dude, those sound amazing.
That does sound pretty good.
So pretty sure I'm going to have to be doing that soon because I always have carrots here and I have 2 air fryers. So, I just got to choose which one I'm going to use.
Okay, you have 2 air fryers.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is the reason why I have to think about it a little bit is I have one that has a basket that'll rotate in it.
Oh man, you are fancy as fuck.
For fries. Well, the other one I bought because I needed a toaster oven, and it was $60 for the air fryer / toaster oven, and it's a dehydrator and blah blah blah. It's got 6 settings on it, and it was like, I'm gonna spend $50 on a toaster oven. I might as well just pay $10 more and get all the things with it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But the rotating basket one might be the better move for the carrots because, since it rotates,
Yeah,
it
you
might
get
give
that
it more
little tossy toss.
Yeah, because Garrett mentioned he shakes the basket every once in a while, and the thing would rotate, so I wouldn't have to do that. So I might use that
What
one
you're saying
for
is
it.
the basket shakes for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
just like this song. Nothing.
I was like, what song, bro?
Yeah, for whom the bell tolls. I don't
Time
know.
watch is on.
So I watched the first 3 episodes of the Star Wars Visions.
Oh, I forgot that was out. How is that?
The first one was fucking dope because it's like a samurai kind of thing, and it's got maybe the coolest Sith lightsaber I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's basically like an umbrella, but each strand of the umbrella is like a lightsaber.
Hey.
Yes, thank you. It was bananas.
N-A. I lost count of where I was at.
Like they give out at the YMCA,
Young man.
How many songs can I make Tony spell something with?
Hey, Brian, I wish you'd have some respect.
Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah. Only because we love rocking in the USA,
God damn it. I can't think anymore.
I can't either. I'm sure there's plenty. I just can't think of them. So the first one I really loved. The next 2 they're good, but I'm like, they're aimed, like one of them especially is aimed at like little kids, I think, more.
Right.
But it's like they're just they're only like 10 or 12-minute long episodes. So they're not meant to be anything real. But the first one I kind of want like a series out of, though, because it's I'm not going to spoil anything other than that lightsaber, but I think it could be a really cool series.
Really? How many episodes?
And I thought it was kind of not many. I think it's only like 10 or something like that. So it's it'd be a like front to back quick watch because they're, like I said, they're only like 10 minutes.
Are you caught up on What If?
Yes.
So
2 episodes left of that. So it's the next 2 should be big time episodes.
Like I watched the What If Tony Stark was saved by Killmonger, and that was a good episode. It was not as dark as the previous 2 were, right?
No, but it was still had its moments. There's still plenty.
Oh yeah, had its moments. Yeah. And then we get What If Thor was an only child, and that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, right.
That was a funny ass episode.
I think that was a perfectly timed break.
Oh yeah,
because I felt like it was getting so dark that it was like they really needed a goofy episode, and boy, was that one goofy. It was fun. It
was a good episode.
Yeah.
Hey.
But then, like, spoilers, the ending of it. Holy shit!
Yeah,
because it's like Vision as Ultron.
Yeah,
with the Infinity Stones. And it's like, oh shit. So like the big thing looks like they've said that this series is leading to something big. And my feeling is, remember in Spider-Man, how everybody has been like, Doctor Strange seems weird.
Right.
I have a feeling that this is going to lead into the next group of Marvel movies.
I would not be surprised.
Anyway. And I think that like some of the Dark Avengers, I wonder if they're like, that's where I think they're going with this or not Dark Avengers, but the What If Avengers, as I've seen a few things referring to them as, maybe like, because we only have, like I said, there's only, I think 2 more episodes of What If, 2 or 3, something like that. Because I think there's only 10 episodes. Right. Or 9, I don't remember. But anyway, so, and at the end of this one, it looks like the Watcher is kind of a little more like, oh shit, versus, like, yeah, touch your nipples for daddy, like
I love watching.
Yeah. This one, he was almost a little more like, oh shit, maybe I should step in for a minute, So I'm very curious how this goes. But like I said, I have a feeling that maybe this leads to movies because there's already like kind of talk that like I think in the comics, like one or two of these characters have already shown up,
Oh, really?
like Captain Carter, which that makes sense, you know.
Interesting.
One, yeah. So I'm very curious, like I said, to see. I'll say curious one more time because curious.
Curious.
No,
Curious, yes, quite, yes.
curious. Yeah, can't wait to watch the next one tonight.
Oh, shit, I won't be watching it till tomorrow.
No, you'll be all sleepy,
Oh,
lad.
God, I'm going to head downstairs and... That's the sound I make every time I lay down.
Oh, maybe you should hit the bathroom first.
I can't make it. I'm old. So your bathroom or bed? I pick bed.
Well, I guess it makes sense. Bigger surface
Yeah,
area.
exactly.
Easier to hit the target.
Yep.
Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. Anyway, yeah, the Star Wars Visions, though, I'm like, about so far. Like, it's good. The first one I really like. The second two, I'm like, on. So we'll see from there.
Right.
But I do appreciate, I love the idea of it because in this massive space of things happening, there should be all these really cool little stories going on throughout all this time, you know, that has occurred. And, you know, because one of them is really anime feeling because it's like these two twins that were both born of the dark side.
Right.
And, you know, of course, one of them, you know, basically sees the light essentially, and then they war or whatever. It's good, but it's like, it feels so over the top anime that I'm a little taken out of it.
Oh, really?
But if you're into that, like I said, it's good. It's just not for me. The first one hit me like chef's kiss. It's,
Right.
I would love to see more of it, but the second one's like a kiddie cartoony like thing about like a band. And
if it's not Max Rebo's fucking Cantina band or whatever, I'm not into it.
no, it takes place there.
Oh.
But no, because it has to do with like one of the members of the band is wanted by Jabba, and they go and they get Jabba to agree to let them play one last show. And yeah, yeah. Then they actually have a full song in the thing, and it just it missed me. There's cartoony Boba Fett in it, you know.
That's fun.
That's fun, I guess.
I mean, I'll probably watch it because, you know.
Oh, it's worth
I'm a Star
watching.
Wars guy,
I just,
although I haven't watched the last Star Wars movie yet because I heard it's terrible.
How could you not watch it, though, Tony? You're a Star Wars fan.
I always think about it, and then I'm like,
then
there's
you're
way better things I could watch.
Yeah,
I
understandable.
should just watch it just to get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off.
I love that idea. You know, just all right, let's just tear the Band-Aid off and see where it goes here. Ah, dang it, where'd it go?
Let me go. You know, get a fucking 6-pack of Coors Banquet and get ready to kill the pain and watch this.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I'm a little annoyed of Coors Banquet right now.
All right.
Because I don't have a very big refrigerator, right? That's why I got to get a beer fridge. I don't want to buy like 24 beers.
Sure,
I
you
want
do.
like 6 sometimes.
That's fair.
You know? And I want some banquets, but finding a 6-packet of Stubby bottles is not easy. Finding a 24-packet of Stubby bottles? All day, brother.
Really, you can't find like the Stubbies in.
They sell them in the 6s, but they're usually gone.
No, I was gonna say. Oh, okay. I was gonna say like in the gas stations or something, maybe.
I mean, you know what? You might be right. I'm going to too high end places. I gotta go to some more dirtbag shop. It's a good call,
Right?
Brian.
Yeah, you know, I'm just trying to help.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
Oh, damn it. Well, maybe this isn't as cool as I thought it was going to be. Oh, it's still loading. Maybe it hasn't loaded the full story yet. Yeah, I have saw a thing on Boing Boing that was that they ranked the top 20 apples.
That's hilarious.
Now, I was thinking we either do this here or we just do a little side project and release that as a thing since, you know, it's Apple Talk and we might get a little, we may have to take some breaks.
I mean,
if you know.
I'm not mad at doing it as a little side gig because
All right,
I know we will go down this Apple road.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do that then. We'll save that for some other time.
It'd be great
All
if we
right.
could actually get our hands on these and taste them.
We probably can, or at least because originally what I was thinking is like for the podcast, I was just going to talk like top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You know, But if we're going to do it the other way, we could go a little further down, maybe to 10 or something like that. Because 20.
It is apple season.
Yep.
I might not. I might. Maybe I'll have to track down some of these. Maybe we'll have to do a thing.
I'll have to see if I can get the list. I'll send you a list or the link.
Please do.
Yeah. All right.
Fair
enough.
I know there's an orchard that goes at a farmer's market around this time of year, and they've got like so many different varieties of apples.
Yeah. Well, not to mention, I mean, like Kroger and Meyer carry quite a few breeds of apples too. So, like between all of that all of that, we should be able to find at least a good chunk of them. I would think. And who doesn't want to taste fucking apples? Delicious.
What if?
Except Brian, for it actually has delicious in the name.
What if? Yeah, you're right. I like golden delicious. Red delicious. Fuck off.
We'll get to that though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm getting crazy. Sorry. What if whenever we have an apple we couldn't find, we just do like a shot of Applejack?
Oh God. Terrible idea.
Okay.
And no, we're not going to do a shot of Bud Light Seltzer Apple Crisp.
I still have those because I cannot find anybody to give them to.
If it wasn't illegal to ship booze to a lot of places, it'd be such a fun giveaway.
Well, I'm actually kind of thinking about doing as a little like a video, as I've been trying to think of ways I can doctor them up and make them taste better.
I like this idea because if you can save them, then good on you.
I mean, maybe if I could come up with some things, we'll do the apple thing and the seltzer redux at the same time.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, hey, let's.
So they announced the finalists for the 2021 National Toy Hall of Fame, and I know we've talked about these in the past, so I thought it'd be, kind of carry it on.
Okay.
So I figure I'll run them past you and see what you have to say about them. All right. So the first one, I don't really think either of us is going to have much to say about, but it's the American Girl dolls.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I can understand why those would be in there because those things, I do know those things were fucking huge because they were like half of Toys R Us at one point.
I mean, I remember when I went to Chicago once with the family.
Yeah.
My daughter wanted an American Girl doll so bad. And she got one. She used her own money that she got for Christmas and birthdays.
Because these were like $200 or something, weren't they?
Hundreds of dollars on this American Girl doll.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty expensive.
And she played with it. I mean, she did like it, but she didn't play it for very long. And we ended up like taking everything she had, and I sold it on eBay for her. She made like $275 or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
at least she got money back, but she spent more than she made.
Right. But at least you were still able to get something out of it.
The one she got was like a limited edition. It had a French pastry cart and a little fucking flu dog.
Right?
And
if you're gonna buy something that expensive, it's why whenever I buy like a video game system, I always try to get some like special version of it.
She didn't buy it because it was limited edition. She bought it because it looked like her. Yeah. It had blue eyes and dark hair.
I think that's right. Why most of the girls liked the ones that they did was there were a lot of them that looked like them. So I think that was kind of their goal, in fact.
I will never understand spending that much money on a fucking doll. For that much,
I won't either.
A sweet ass game system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And get way more out of it.
How much are real dolls?
I don't think children should be buying real dolls. I'm just saying. Maybe if they were like made as children. No, never mind. Forget. No. I was gonna say so they could be like your friend, like a my buddy.
Oh, people straight up fuck those.
I know. That's why I said never mind as quickly as I did.
Because there would be like how to convert this into a sex doll kit things online.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is I can throw down a few more shekels and I can fuck that doll.
You could say that about almost any doll, though.
I mean, you're right.
How to fuck a Barbie? No.
Man, if you could fuck a Barbie, I feel sorry.
Yeah. Right. Yikes. All right. So the next one is Battleship.
What? Is this from this year or is this from '63?
It's from this year.
No.
Battleship came out in '60. No, I'm sorry. It began in the '30s, and then the plastic version came out in '67. And that's when it became a hit.
Wait, okay, hold on. I'm confused.
All right.
So this is kind of like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, to where it's basically, trust me, if you think this one blew your mind, just you wait.
Well, okay, because I was like, when you said the Toy Hall of Fame 2021, I was thinking toys from this year. Because I honestly,
No.
I know we've talked about this, but I don't remember the rules. You know.
No, the rules is basic. I don't remember exactly how they choose them, but it's basically each year there's like, here's a list of finalists, basically.
I'm just gonna say
So,
because I'm looking.
but
I
they're
got
from-
the list pulled up for the YouTubers.
Okay.
I hate the little boy on his box. He is having way too much fun. I don't like that
But dude,
smile.
Look at all those red markers on her ships. He's
Yeah,
crushing.
no wonder he's laughing. He's like, ah, you stupid bitch.
Yeah. You know what it is? She crushes him in Connect 4.
Well, yeah.
And he just gets her back on Battleship, I guess. I played this game so much as a kid because we had it, and I used to play it with my siblings, and I used to love playing the game.
I mean, I remember when I was, when we were in our formative drinking years. And,
right, so 17.
Yes.
No.
And I saw a plan online for oversized Battleship. It was called Battle Shots.
Yeah.
And I almost tried to build it, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that would have been a train wreck for sure.
Because and now in hindsight, I would never build that now.
Yeah,
Unless it was
no.
battle flights, and you've got like bigger flights.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, how many was there? Aircraft carrier, a battleship, sub, destroyer, and some other shit ship. That's what
I on her board I see 5 ships right now. So there might have, I feel like there were more though. I feel like there was like 6 or something.
So battleship was 5 slots, or I'm sorry, aircraft carrier is 5, battleships 4.
Yeah.
Right, there's 9, and then you have submarines 3, transport ship is 3, destroyers 2. If you're doing that many shots, you're dead.
You have to play in teams.
You sunk my liver.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh boy.
Like, I could see maybe if you did a shot, like, okay, destroyer's a shot, submarine's a shot, transport ship's a shot.
Like every time you sink a ship,
it's a shot.
And
maybe the aircraft. No, aircraft carrier is easy because once you find it, you just walk down that bitch.
Yep. Yeah, you walk one way or the other. Yep.
So yeah, maybe a shot per ship. Okay. 5 shots for the battleship? Fuck you. I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no way.
We devolved into drinking games.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that go with drinking, the next one is billiards.
How is that not in the Hall of Fame already?
Right? Yeah, that was one of the things I thought too, because I don't have any argument for it because it really is. Although I don't consider billiards a toy in that.
You're right.
I know there's a lot of like desktop versions and versions of pool for little kids, and there's video games now. But I don't know, man. It's like, when we were kids, you didn't play pool unless someone had a pool table or you went to a bar, basically.
Yeah, you know what? You're 100%. This should not be in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So I'm a little on this one. As far as like a recreational thing, absolutely. It should be in there 100%.
I love shooting pool. Yeah, I suck at it, but I love it.
Absolutely do too. But like I said, I understand because you and I both had various. I don't know if you remember. I had that one that was like a 2 foot long pool table.
Yeah, with the little spring-loaded cues or whatever.
Yeah, we had and then they had the little tiny ones that were like for desks or whatever.
Remember, I bought that shit one for my basement when I lived on Daytona Drive.
Yeah,
I think it was garbage, but I loved it. I could had barely any room to do anything with it. I still set it up like an idiot.
Yeah. Well, you're not alone in that. A lot of people that have had pool tables have not had room for them, and they still, you just want one that bad. Now, I will say this. I grew up, and I'm still terrible at the game, as weird as this is. I grew up playing a lot because my sister and her husband had a pool table in their basement.
Right.
So every time I went over there, me and my nephew used to shoot pool. All the time.
Yeah, why not?
Like, I mean, we'd stand there like on a day and we'd make up like a brackets thing and play, some made up stupid thing or whatever, and switch games between 9-ball and 8-ball and, whatever else. So, I played a lot, but it's just weird. Like I said, unless you had one, the only places really to go play with them were at like pool halls or bars usually.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Yeah. Well, bowling alleys, I guess, but it was down by the bar,
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? A lot of the bowling alleys wouldn't let you. You had to be 21 or
Yeah,
18
like,
or whatever.
In my opinion, playing, I know billiards is the proper way, but playing pool is
Yeah.
straight up bar game.
Yeah.
It's like playing shuffleboard or darts.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yep. Again, unless you had, a dartboard at home or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was kind of, but whatever. The next one I know is one of your favorites. And it's Cabbage Patch Kids.
I always hated these fucking things.
Yeah. I always thought these things were creepy.
Yeah, I don't like them. I like cabbage. I don't like these. I
Yeah.
don't like the Cabbage Kids.
I don't like cabbage. I like these less than I like cabbage. So, but I understand why this is on here because again, it was such a fucking fad in the 80s. Like literally old ladies beating each other up in the stores trying to get them, like just like Beanie Babies or Furbies as it says on here or any of that kind of shit,
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I never liked them. I don't like those weird like smush dough looking knees it has. I just don't like it.
Why you got hate on their
Yeah,
knees?
look at it, it's stupid.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
dumb. All right, the next one though, Fisher Price Corn
Its
Popper,
unique, lumpy, rounded face.
baby.
It's an adjectives you don't want associated with your face.
Yeah.
Lumpy and round.
I feel like that's how you get on like Dr. Pimple Popper
Yeah, no
or
shit.
something.
Hey, all right, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fisher-
shit, son.
I had one of. I think every kid pretty much had one of these when they were a kid.
Yes.
I certainly did, and I loved that damn thing for a long time. Like I remember, like hearing stories about how my mom had to like try to like, hey, what about this toy to get me to quit playing
Like,
with
fuck
that.
you on
thing.
Papa Corn.
Yeah, because what kid, it moves, it makes noise, so of course kids love it. It's bright colors.
Yeah.
Hell, I might go get another
I
one.
mean, why not? I'm sure they still make them.
Oh, they sure do. Be like, fuck you, pop, 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 pop. On the next podcast. That's all you hear through
Yeah,
the whole
does it
thing.
going back and forth on the carpet?
Yeah. Like, okay, Brian, we get it.
Like,
Fuck
Jesus,
you. I
we know you like it. Holy shit.
The next one is Mahjong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this game has got to be ancient.
Yeah. It's where is it? It says that it became popular in the U.S. in the 20s, but I'm sure
Bullshit. It became popular in the U.S. when it was on your computer.
Amen.
And
'Cause
every little old lady would be like, I'm going to match up tiles of the 5 seasons or whatever.
I had this on my first iPad, and I used to play it a lot as just like because it was a really calming game, because it's literally just, But I also know from what I've been told, the actual game is different than like on your computer. Like there's more strategy and different whatever to it and stuff. I've never played it like as an actual someone has the case and they open it and you set the board. I've never played it that way. I've only played it on a iPad or a computer or whatever.
Right, same. I've never played it physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dang it. Keep hitting the damn expand.
Don't do that.
Well, everything just
Brian, don't do that.
fine. All right, so the next one we may know a couple things about, and that's Masters.
Hell yeah.
Hells yeah, son. Also, how the hell did it take this long for Masters of the Universe to be in here? This was fucking huge when we were kids.
I mean, there's been a lot of toys, Brian.
Huge.
Huge.
But anyway, I can't argue with this one because
Why the fuck did it got Battle Damage He-Man on there?
um,
Not like the OG He-Man.
because he has an axe. It looks like he's taking some heat too.
Yeah,
And
he definitely has battle damage going.
The Skeletor that has the thing that shoots water on his back. I forgot what it was called, but
The
yeah.
Skeledick.
yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. He-Man's been shot in the chest by the Skeledick a few times.
Skeledick.
At least he didn't get in his hair. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, this one I can't argue with at all, obviously, because one, I had a lot of it, and two, I mean, they just made 2 new shows based off this property. 3, if you count She-Ra, just a few years ago.
Bro.
So
He-Man never skips leg day.
no, you can tell.
Right?
Yep, or arm day for sure,
Or
or
arm
chest
day.
day. He might skip ankle day.
He might.
He's got kind of small feet.
Well, that's why he works out so hard to compensate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he has to buy his shoes in the kids section.
Yeah.
But he does get light up cool shoes.
That's true. Yeah.
So whatever.
I'm jealous of that.
I know. I'd love to wear some Ninja Turtle shoes that light up.
Right? Me too. I think it's
Fucking
bullshit
dope.
that they don't make more of that stuff.
It
was like
dude,
for
if
the
they
longest
sold
time-
adult shoes that lit up,
They do, but they're not the same as the kids ones.
that's
you
what
know?
I want. I want to stomp, and like the tongue lights up, and I get lights everywhere.
2 Velcro straps across the top.
2 Velcro straps, exactly. A Healy I could pop in and out at will.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're missing a whole market of this. I really do. You know?
Yep. I
What if
agree.
you're a 12-year-old and just have giant feet? You're not allowed to have cool shoes anymore?
Nope. You're an outcast.
You got to go right to the Jordans now? I mean,
Right to
come
the Jordans, and you have to live outside of town because no one loves you.
to go live under a bridge
Yep,
somewhere.
Go,
or
yeah,
something.
go live in the woods in that abandoned sewer pipe.
Yep. Just like your father.
Yeah. It's true.
The next one, Piñata.
Come on.
Wait.
No.
Now, in fairness, think of all the joy videos of children hitting adults in the dink has brought us, Tony.
I mean, I do love watching a 5-year-old just ruin all his future siblings' lives.
Right. Or just another kid or whoever's
Yeah,
standing
there
near.
is nothing better than when some blindfolded dizzy kid just houses some other kid right in the fucking domer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason adults buy these things for the kids is they want to see someone else get hit. It has nothing to do with, because it's the only reason adults swing at piñatas.
Yeah.
Is their hope they can just tee off on somebody they've wanted to hit in the face with a stick for years. So they just pretend like they can't see through the blindfold, but they can see underneath it just a little bit. And they know Ted's sitting right off to the left, and they just don't even look at the piñata, and they just
They
tee
take
off.
3 steps towards him.
Yeah, really step into it, like they're Happy Gilmore teeing off.
I kind of thought though once upon a time it'd be fun to do a piñata and fill it up with like beef jerky and like little plastic liquor bottles for like an adult piñata thing.
Or bees. Yeah.
Yes. Just fucking bees in there. Like, man, I've never heard candy hum this loud.
This is the worst piñata ever.
Yeah, crack it open and everyone just gets swarmed. Oh my god.
I didn't know this though. They said that these are commonly associated with Mexican culture, but it may date back to early 13th century China. Didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
But still, again, it's interesting how some of these like old timey things, how long it takes them to get in. You'd think they would have gotten this shit out of the way real quick with the Toy Hall of Fame. You know,
that's why when I scrolled down, it was piñata. It's like, come on.
right?
I mean, what's going to be next? That stupid hoop and a stick?
Actually, no. The next one is Risk.
Oh, I mean, I can't believe it's not in there. Risk is pretty great.
Was it the board game of global domination or something like that?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. Something along those lines. That was an awesome game. But I can also understand what a lot of people might be like, fuck that game.
Yeah, dude, it promotes war, and I hate my family because of it.
I mean, that's fair. That's why I hate Monopoly.
Yeah.
But not all Monopoly does is show you how big of an asshole your friends are.
You're not wrong.
That game, I've never seen a board game except maybe Settlers of Catan that ends in like arguments.
Yeah.
So much. Anyway, back to Risk though. I know I've played this quite a few times. I'm sure you've played it quite a few times over the years.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
been a
know
while since I've played it, but I've always enjoyed it.
Did you see it was first made in 1959? I didn't know it was that old.
Post-war. World
Yeah.
War II, the home game.
You too can dominate your friends of various ethnicities.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
But,
it's the
it's still-
50s. That's allowed back then.
Right? It's still made to this day. It's got all sorts of variants made for it. Like they, kind of like they've done with Monopoly, where there's all these different versions of it. There's a bunch of different Risk games now, and so
You can't go wrong
definitely a
with it.
well-deserved board game. The next one's the one that I really thought would get you.
All right.
Sand.
What? No.
Not like the foam sand or any sort of special sand, but just plain old beach sand. basically, or like would be in a sandbox.
No, that's just
And I'm gonna
stupid.
Hold on. I'm going to read their description here. It says, Sand may be the most universal and oldest toy in the world. Educator Maria Montessori has argued that sand is only one substance that the modern child is allowed to handle quite freely. Children recognize sand as a creative material suitable for pouring, scooping, sieving, raking, and measuring. Wet sand is even better, ready for kids to construct, shape, and sculpt. Sand provides unique opportunities for tactical, physical, cooperative, creative, and independent free play.
Fuck you, Maria
Now, I figured
Montessori.
yeah, but it said tactical, so I figured they'd have you back on board. Everybody knows you love
sand. It's not tactical sand.
Yeah, you're right. Tactical sand's what we talked about earlier. Tactical sand is what you keep in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in a small container, a pouch, if you will.
Pouch. A holster, even.
This one blew my mind because it's like, listen, I understand we all played with sand at some point in our lives, pretty much, or most of us have, but come on.
Yeah, you know what? I used to use those oak tree helicopters and fly them around in my yard like a plane. So is that going to be on here?
Yep, that's the next one.
Oak tree seeds.
Yep.
Jesus.
That's kind of where I'm at. Is it's like, really, this feels like there was nothing else.
Yeah, they're really reaching here.
Yeah, because really, think about it this way, right? You don't really, in order to play with sand, most of the time you play with something else in the sand or on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like finally, I'm at the beach. Look at all this cool sand.
Yeah,
it's like give me that tower-shaped bucket. I'm gonna make a castle.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like that kind of stuff, or like I don't know, you play with other toys on the sand kind of a thing. Like in a sandbox, you generally don't just see kids. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are kids that are just like sand, wee, and eat it and all this other kind of stuff.
Know who else likes sand? Cats, because they shit in it.
I have a feeling this is the only toy in their list that's also suitable for drying spills and being cat litter.
Yeah, this sand being on this list totally discredits the whole list.
Right. So, all right. Well, it does pick up after this because it goes to, oddly enough, Settlers of Catan.
Oh, see, all right. I'm back on board. It's a brilliant game.
Yeah, I did.
Brian, if you came to me and you're like, all right, bro, under this box, I have sand. And under this box, I have Settlers of Catan and an angry rodent. I'm picking the angry rodent in Settlers of Catan.
Well, that's not even fair. You'd pick an angry rodent over any of the other choices.
I mean, it'd be great to have as a pet.
Actually, that's next on the list.
Angry rodent.
Angry rodent. Dead ferret is also on the. Yeah, as much as this game has irritated me over the years, it is I've never knocked the game. I think the game is fantastic.
Oh, it's a great game. Yeah.
My problems are always the people who play. Usually, this game ends or has some significant amount of arguing through it, which I think is. It's all because of the interpretations of how you should play. Because there's always people who want to play and be like. It's almost like, for the lack of a better word, it's like being pissed when you sit down to a blackjack table and you're playing the way the game's supposed to be, which is everybody sitting there versus the house.
Yeah.
But a lot of people play as them versus the house. They don't worry about like pushing the house to try to bust so the table wins, kind of a thing.
Right.
And I think that's what happens in Settlers is there's some people who see it almost as though it's like everyone against the like game or the thief, or you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. And then there's others that are like, I'm gonna just dominate and win, and those are the ones that usually get hated on. And that's actually the point of the game. I mean, the point of the game is to have the most resources and
win.
Win. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the infamous like rage quit gifs, like the really big fat dude smashing the table, is because of Settlers. If you watch that, you look at the game he's annihilating, it's Settlers.
Yeah. That's why I specified board games, because if it came to overall games that have seen the most arguments and blah, 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 obviously it would be Magic the Gathering.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because, again, interpretation of rules and the specifics and how you word things, there's a lot of things in Magic that lead to a lot of stupid arguments. But this game here is, I think in my head, it's second to Monopoly. Because Monopoly, almost every game, there's some like dick move by somebody that pisses the rest of the players off, or or it just kind of, you get mad because you're doing whatever. And next thing you know, you land on, someone's property and it's got like 8,000 hotels on it. And basically you're bankrupt.
It's like Miami Beach.
Yeah. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you only have like 2 properties and they're both like, one's Baltic Avenue. And
one's like the gas company.
Right. Or you get people arguing over shit like the putting the money under free parking, or, various house rules, which I at least appreciate now in the new Monopoly games. They actually have posted some of the house rule things in there. And it's like, my feeling always was like, you just agree on it ahead of time. And my feeling always was whoever's house it is makes the house rules. Hence house rules.
House rule. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that's it. You just play it that way. So then that eliminates that, or it should, but it doesn't.
You would think, but nah.
Yeah, but anyways, can't argue with Settlers. It's a great game. If you haven't played it, it is really a great game for people. Even though I know I've kind of shit on it.
It's been out. I don't know how long it's been out, but the first time I played it was over 20 years ago now.
Yeah, it doesn't say on here, but I know it's been around. It's sold in more than 40 languages now.
Yeah, it's a great game. It really is.
So, yeah, it's like I said, no matter what I've said, don't listen to me. Go get it, play it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, it's available. I believe there's on computer and like
apps and stuff for it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't even have to buy the board game. You can get it for a game system.
You can buy it at like Target now. When I first bought this game, I had to go to a game store specifically and find it. You can go to Target, Meijer, Walmart. They all carry it.
Yeah, which is really cool. I'm glad that those kind of games have hit that point that all those stores now have in their game section. There's a specific set of, you're going to see Pandemic, you're going to see Settlers.
There's some offshoot games you don't normally see.
Right. Even Dungeons and Dragons you see in the stores and stuff like that now, it's cool that there's more accessibility to it. Although I will, as always, put the caveat on there. Please buy from your local game store.
Amen.
Help them out. There's also a bunch of expansions for Settlers too, and I think there's oh god, is that the game? I think there's a Star Wars version too, or Star Trek. I'm sorry.
There's so many versions of it.
Yeah, so there's
I've heard
all
the
sorts.
Game of Thrones one's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's that one too. Yeah, so there's all that too.
Yeah.
All right, the last one is a toy fire engine. I don't have a problem with, but I feel like there should be more. Like, there's not like one that stands out. I think maybe everyone has their own that stands out.
I love one of the highlights of the fire engine. A child might spin the wheels or extend the ladder. Ooh.
Well, don't knock the extending ladder part though, because that is a selling point on those.
I mean,
almost all of them,
but
yeah, a lot of them come with because a kid will just sit there and keep dinking with that ladder,
I mean, it'd be way cooler than that fire truck, Brian.
A real fire truck,
Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, I think Transformers is already in though.
Oh, well,
so
fair enough.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I would rather have my my bright yellow Tonka dump truck. That was made out of American steel.
Those are probably in too, I think. I think those are already in there. But like my nephew had, I don't know if you remember, he had those they were like 2 or so foot, maybe longer fire engines when we were kids. They were like metal and they had like an extendable ladder and all this other shit. And they were big enough you could basically almost fit like G.I. Joe guys in them. And so, naturally we'd use those as vehicles for G.I. Joe guys and
like
stuff.
You do.
Yeah.
So where is it? Like laser car right here.
There you go, right there.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Classic. Yeah. So, all right, so there you go. Those are the finalists for this year's, which most of them I don't have, I pretty much can agree with, but there's a few of them that I just, they're the way they're choosing sometimes. Now, of all of these, only 3 definitely go in.
If sand gets in, I'm burning the building down.
My guess would be, like, if I were picking, although it's tough to look at it now, but I would probably go with like Settlers, Masters of the Universe, and the Fisher-Price Corn Popper.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think those are my three. And the only reason I took Settlers over Risk is I feel like Risk is more of a niche game than Settlers is. Because if people,
it's kind of
there's
hit
a
or
lot
miss, because like when Settlers first came out, even the first 5-10 years it came out, if you went up to, Joe Turdbag on the streets, and you're like,
yeah,
hey, have you heard of the game Risk? Yes. Have you heard the game
Yeah.
Settlers of Catan? He'd be like, what?
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I think now though, I think it's flipped.
Yeah, I think it's more mainstream now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it's made in so many languages, there's so many variants of it. I mean, Risk has that stuff too, but I don't know. I just feel like Settlers is probably.
I think Settlers is a more solid game than Risk.
That's what that's my thing. I think overall it's really like, and I'm also, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm putting a significant discount on, fucking Pinata, and I don't see billiards as a kid's thing. Battleship's classic, but Battleship feels like that wide receiver who had a great career but was never like dominant.
Well, it's like that one New York Giants dude that caught the football on his helmet and then wrote a book about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would
basically-
be Sand. My apologies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sand is more of a vehicle than it is the actual toy. I really do. I think that'd be like putting snow on there.
Yeah.
Well, no, because at least with snow, you can just straight up make snowballs.
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even think of the toy equivalent of Sand.
Yeah.
Like if it was like, well, what is that? It's basically like wet sand that you can. The fuck's that shit called?
Like was it called like kinetic sand or
Yeah, if it
something
was
like
something
that?
like that. Like, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
It's not something that I like. I just shoveled up about 100 pounds of sand over the weekend because Bomber's fucking sandbox I got her is destroyed.
Yeah.
So I threw it away and I relocated the sand to various spots in the yard to fill up holes that she dug because she's an idiot.
Right.
And I had the time of my life, if I'm being honest. It was so much fun.
I imagine you didn't even use a shovel, just probably by
I just
hand.
threw it in the air. I was yelling weed the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I hated every second of it. Sand. Fuck you, Maria Montessori, or whatever your name was.
No, I think you nailed it. It was something Montessori. Maria, yeah.
Yeah,
You got it.
She's probably the kind of type that, like, like loves. Like, you remember those little wooden blocks that are like different geometry shapes and different colors? And you're supposed to play with those at indoor recess.
Yeah.
What am I gonna? These aren't Lego. What am I gonna do with these dumb things?
She's like, "Have you heard of sand?"
Yeah. Oh well. If it wasn't raining outside, we could all play with sand.
It says right in there, wet sand is great for building
That's
and
true.
stuff.
She sounds like the type of person that gets a thrill out of drinking cold water.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Well,
like normally I drink it lukewarm,
slow
but
down.
cold, I'm getting freaky.
Slow down. I'm a person who loves cold
No,
water.
I love
so-
cold water too. I'm saying she normally drinks it warm.
Oh,
And then
I
when
see
she
what you're
drinks
saying.
it cold, it's like party mode.
Like it's a treat.
Like, oh
Okay,
my
I
god,
get
I can't. I'm gonna be naughty and drink some cold water.
you. Naughty. Yeah, I feel like she works for Big Sand. That's what I
Big
feel
sa-
like.
I think, yeah, exactly.
You know what she is? She's the Chuli's salesman from Clerks.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
But for sand,
Silica merchant.
she's trying to sell sand everywhere.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, lady, no one wants your damn sand. There's plenty of it at the beach.
I don't like the fact that she's fucking promoting sand as an amazing toy.
Like, there's only two reasons I'm buying sand, and that's, to keep my basketball hoop from tipping over, and one to keep my car on the road in the winter.
You know what I had a great time doing as a kid? Burning ants of a magnifying glass. Why is a magnifying glass not on there?
Well, the question then is, which is the toy in that, the ant or the magnifying glass? Because if sand is the toy in this aspect, and where, like I said, whenever I've played in sand, that's why it's not playing with sand, it's playing in sand usually, because you usually got like a bucket with tools, like a rake and a shovel, and
over the summer when we went to the beach, I was finding sand in my balls for like 3 weeks later.
that's weird to find them in.
Well, there's many folds. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That
That's
sand
understandable.
is not a fun toy.
No, I agree.
And I know they sell bags of play sand, but fuck you.
Yeah, that's always been weird to me too. You know, like the bags of play sand. It's just like like they sell bags of dirt too, but that's for like planting and stuff.
No, that's like play dirt for plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like plants love that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. To
Let's
something
get
else.
away from this.
All right. So I have this article from Delish.com.
Ooh, delish.
And it says, oh, damn it, it's over already. I didn't realize it. Well, shit. Anyway, I'll talk about it anyway. Through September 24th, Pabst PBR was giving away household items covered in the company's logo, basically for you to advertise their beer. And, I assume it was for, hoping that you would do, your TikTok videos and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
In front of their logos or whatever. Yeah. Where is it? It says, think shower curtain, cutting boards, blankets, and even a Wi-Fi network. Once you have your house PBR-ified, take photos of it and upload it to the gram, tagging, blah, blah, blah. If you could receive a payout, and you could receive a payout from the brand. Can you imagine that? Like posting shit and then getting a payout from PBR? Like, I'm so sad.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I got this video they have on his website playing in the background right now.
Mm-hmm.
With all the PBR goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, I'm not mad at a PBR. We've discussed this before.
We've had plenty of them. I'm sure. Yep.
It's when you whack down like 2 or 3 $8 or $9 beers, and you're like, I can get a PBR for like $1.50.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good now.
Now the downside to this was you had to buy all the stuff.
Oh,
first.
see, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't catch that before. I just read it. So, pretzel ring beer cheese dip, you say? Anyway.
So you'd have to like load up on PBR stuff and then send them a video and hope you basically win money.
Yeah. That's brilliant though, right?
Yeah, it really is. For their part, it is brilliant.
Yeah. So what they're saying is buy our shit, advertise our shit, and if we really dig how and what you do, we'll give you a refund.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder, is there any links to go to their fucking?
Oh yeah, I don't. It said most of the stuff is sold out already, but there's odds are they'll put more up. But I don't see a link.
I remember how brilliant that Arby's swag was.
Yeah, I'm right.
I'm just wondering if Pabst has got some good swag. Let's see.
Here we go. PBR inhomeadvertising.com maybe.
I'm going right to their homepage, baby.
Yeah.
I'm like 21 or older. Yes.
Maybe.
Grab a Pabst. Oh, they got some fun pictures on here. All right.
Yep.
Where's your gear at though, bro? Merch.
Oh wow, here we go. Toilet lid, printed toilet paper, fluffy bath. Dude, the toilet paper would be hilarious. You just like you're sitting on there. You have their toilet lid behind you. You're wiping your ass with their toilet paper.
Wait a minute. Galactic Rat tie-dye shirt.
Wait, huh? I haven't gotten that.
I am actually not mad at this shirt, bro.
Oh, damn it, man. They have banana stickers. And by that, I mean stickers that are shaped curved, so you can put them on bananas.
I mean, that's funny.
I kind of want some of those to go to the store.
Yeah, I'm actually, I clicked on the just dropped link and they have a Galactic Rat tie-dye t-shirt. It's a little pricey for a t-shirt, but it's pretty cool.
Wow, sleep mask, a duvet cover.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Beer curtains. Those aren't beef curtains at all.
Hey-o.
Oh, dude, they have like a decal you can put on the bottom of your TV so it looks like an ad.
That's pretty funny.
Of
course, they got the camouflage stuff.
Digital? What?
Can Hunter.
Oh, that's really weird. Because all the stuff I'm looking at is all sold out, so I don't know.
So I'm on their website.
Yeah, I just went to the in-home advertising page, which I'll have in the links for anybody who wants to have
some fun stuff. Actually, I'm not mad at this either. They got record mats. Put them on your record player so the record does record things. Yeah. But it's like a Pabst neon sign. I'm not mad at that either.
I like it.
Oh, and they got a 40-ounce golden sticker. I might have to get that for my future beer fridge. Oh, see, I'm going to spend some money, Brian.
Well, you got to get the beer fridge
I
first,
do
I
have to get the
think.
beer fridge first. I'm trying so hard.
That's the priority.
You're right. Yeah, I see some of these goofy ass things have some really cool merch.
Yep.
Oh, dude, they got a Pabst fanny pack, a Pabst pizza cutter.
Oh wow, you're not wrong. That shirt is
I
pretty
know,
cool.
isn't it?
I actually I like the hoodie, but man, $60.
I know, it's a little much.
That's a little for a PBR hoodie.
All right, I gotta stop clicking. I'm gonna click forever.
Forever?
Ever. Man.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got some
Mossy
good
Oak.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta get off this website. Like I said, I'm getting distracted. We should be doing the podcast stuff, and I'm over here looking at fucking Pabst gear.
Right.
I'm like, hey, fuck you, listeners, bro. I
Yep.
mean,
Shut up and take my money.
Oh no, not yet.
I'm just saying,
Not yet.
I've some of that merch.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I thought you had something
No,
else.
I don't have anything else. I'm just saying for some of that merch though, like I said, I seriously dig that rat shirt.
Right, that is pretty cool. I dig that.
I'm
Dude,
not afraid to wear pink. Yeah.
Right, that's true. You're not. Yeah. Did you see that there's like liquor shortages starting to pop up
I'm not surprised.
around various parts? And a lot of it is just like one of the things in here even says that as certain things have become more and more popular, like, you've got more tequila brands popping up and different stuff. So like there's an agave shortage and all this, not to mention the supply chain stuff that's been going on, which, oh boy.
I mean, good thing I've
Stuff
got a
I keep
well-stocked liquor cabinet.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't imagine there'll be a shortage on beer because there's so much fucking beer.
That's true.
But the biggest thing is like what'll suck is if you like something that's very like a small company,
like
that's
some sort of like small batch tequila company or something.
Yeah. Because they may not be able to get the same, access that some of the others can get.
Or if like they might not even survive the agave shortage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it.
But
so
I said I'm not surprised though.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
not
like the
either.
nature of the beast now.
Yeah, really. Well, and that's the thing is a lot of this stuff has to do with, it's just first the pandemic, and then on top of the pandemic, the labor shortage, which is really in between the two, it's really crushed supply chain stuff. That's why I keep seeing, stuff telling people like, hey, if you're looking to buy for Christmas, buy now because stores may not get restocks. Because, like there was a thing, was it a week or two ago, talking about like ships on the coast of California for, to wait to be unloaded. Usually there's like one, maybe two. As of like a week or two ago, there was like 73 or something like that.
Lord.
And stuff keeps getting like every time there's like a Funko Pop now that is, and I know this isn't a necessity, I'm just using it as an example. Like every time one goes on pre-order, there's been a lot of delays.
Right.
Because they're just, they're not getting there in time and stuff. And it's really, and that's just that, now I have read that Walmart and Target are both doing, was it like drop shipping kind of a situation or something? Like they're trying to find ways around it, but it's still going to be tough. So if there is, especially if it's like a potential hot toy you're looking for the children's, you might want to grab it ahead of time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or for yourself, because there's going to be, I got a feeling this might be one of those years where there's going to be a lot of Black Friday ads and the stores don't have this stuff.
It's going to be, I'm glad I don't really deal with that shit.
Yeah. And I can tell you, like, from years ago when I worked at Best Buy, when there was rumor that they were going to I don't know if you remember, like there was rumors they were going to switch to a new chip type for PCs, and it didn't end up happening. But the rumors made it to where Best Buy basically didn't order a bunch of computers because they thought all the computers were going to switch over, so they didn't want to have a bunch of dead stock. And as a result, they ended up like through that Christmas I worked there, we basically had nothing in the ad as far as computers go. And people were furious.
What are you gonna do?
That's all I could keep telling them was like, hey, they print these ads like 6 months in advance. Like they have all this stuff planned way out, but the chip thing came up and blah, blah, and it's like, this may be another season. Like my brother was talking about some of the stores don't look like they're stocking. And I'm like, they may be holding stuff back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To make sure when those ads hit that they have it, because if you don't have something now, most people will be like, oh, that sucks. They don't have it. And they'll just leave.
Yeah.
Come Black Friday and forward, if you don't have something in the ad, people get like aggressive about it,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, I could see maybe holding stuff for a month or two to wait. As silly as it seems,
I mean, it's
might
honestly not that silly though.
Right. So anyway, not that I want to be like grab everything kind of a person, but if there is a hot toy, especially you're looking for the kids, if you can find it now, I'd grab it now.
All I know is everyone on my shopping list is getting toilet paper.
PBR toilet paper?
Yeah. That'd actually be cool.
Yeah. That would be cool, but no. All right. Thought I had one more. Oh, no. All right. I am I'm at real quick.
Yes, sir.
We got to talk about the Sandman trailer.
Oh, yeah.
If for those who may not know, the Sandman, the series written by oh my God, Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Dave McKean, I believe, for most of it.
Yes.
I know there was, but is coming to Netflix soon, but I haven't seen a release date for sure on it, but they gave like the first taste of the show, and I can't wait for this.
I mean, as a fan, and the small trailer looks pretty sweet.
And the guy they cast is Dream.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited for this series. I'm hope it does well. Hope it's good, obviously, but
I mean, yeah, that's all you can ask for.
I hope I just hope they don't, feel like they have to make too many changes, because I could see that happening. Even though I can't think of anything they need to change, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're just, well, that's not going to translate well, or
yeah, shut your face.
Yeah, just mush them right in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Shush it.
A piece of shit.
Anyway, I'll have the link to the trailer. It's only like a minute 15 or something like that. It's just a little teaser just to get you a little damp,
It worked on me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It really does.
So, all right. So that's the regular stuffs I have. I have two. Shut up and take my money. So.
Well, we'll just.
Shut up and take my money.
What you got, Brian?
Trying to grab a quick
You're
drink.
not allowed, sir.
So the first one is that Vans is going to be dropping horror-themed shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
And I wish I had some money to buy some of these. Like they got one that says like The Shining in yellow and whatever on it. And then on the sole of the shoe, Red Rum is written across it.
I mean, that's cool.
Looks pretty slick. Yeah. And damn it. Of course, this isn't loading now. They have ones that look like Freddy Krueger's sweater, which is really interesting because I saw on, what's the name of the show? Pawn Stars. They showed a dude who had a bunch of like high-end Nikes, and he has some that were like inspired by Freddy's sweater that apparently Nike got told they had to destroy, and there's like 13 pairs that sneaked out or something like that. Yeah. So, and these ones are licensed, so, but it's cool. Like if you look at the laces and stuff, even they look like they kind of have like a blood splatter on them. Those are the ones I would get for sure if I was getting any of them.
Yeah.
But then they've got one with Jason's mask on them. And what's the other one?
The It ones are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, It. Duh. Yeah, the It ones are pretty cool too. Yeah. So, and the cool part is a lot of the a lot of the like special edition Vans and stuff are not like crazy stupid price.
You know what? I'm scrolling through them, and they got some little like low cut slip-ons from The Shining, and it's the twins on each shoe.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool. I didn't even see those.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll have to pull up this other link because the one
have it's like they got shirts and hats and sweatshirts. It's the whole situation.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even catch all that.
Oh my God! A Nightmare on Elm Street fanny pack.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, these are pretty dope.
These are pretty dope. Yeah,
I'm not mad.
Yeah, this is where like if I was like collecting sneakers, this is the kind of shit I'd be more into is getting, just getting the cool.
Oh, they got some
cool
Lost
shit.
Boys shit too. Very nice. Good on you, Vans.
Did you just go to Vans or where'd you find that?
It's called Sneaker Bar Detroit.
Okay. Because I'm like, I'm not seeing any of this shit.
I just put in Vans Horror 2021. It was the top link, so I clicked on it.
Oh,
they got some Exorcist shoes, it looks like.
Dude, that's pretty slick. It's way more than I thought. I thought it was only like four different shoes, and there's apparently, there's quite a few.
A lot of shoes, man.
Yeah, man. Jeez. Yeah. All right. Oh, those twins ones are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know, right?
I still love those Freddy ones. Those would be the first ones I get though.
Yeah, these are pretty cool. I mean, spooky season is upon us.
Yeah. I know. That's why I said, if I had some cash, I would those It ones are pretty cool too, like with the Tim Curry Pennywise on them. Those slip-ons. Yeah. Those are pretty frightening.
I like the fact. These things exist.
Yeah, me too. They usually do it right. There's quite a few of the Vans ones over the years that I wanted to get. Like I don't know if you remember, like the Metallica ones that I wanted to get, and different stuff. I just, I don't have money to be throwing at sneakers all the time.
I mean, fair enough.
I wish.
Yeah,
I probably would have, especially these, because I really dig Vans. But also, I wouldn't want to ruin these. Like, I'd really want to, like, this would be like, I'll just wear them at Halloween and put them up for a year.
I'm going to a dope Halloween party. Let me put on my Freddy Krueger sneaks.
Yeah. Be like buying a sports car and living here. It's like, well, it's winter. Time to put them up.
Yep. It's going away now.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we'll have the link in the show notes for those if anyone wants to look at those or, buy me a pair of the Freddy Krueger ones.
I mean, if that works, I could use a pair too.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
I'm just saying.
All right, so the next one is Funko announced this week that they had this thing that they were going to be announcing a bunch of cartoon classics pops that were going to be coming out, and I was like, cool, like we'll see. Like, I wonder what characters are going to get made here, and dude, they dropped a bunch. And like Courage the Cowardly Dog. They're making a new Dexter, which makes me so happy because the only other one was a Funko Shop exclusive.
Killer, right?
Yeah, no, like from Dexter's Lab.
Damn it.
Silly. But they're making him and Dee Dee. I wish they'd make a Mandark though.
I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah. They're making Powerpuff Girls ones, which the Powerpuff Girls, then Fuzzy Lumpkins, and another Mojo Jojo, which is cool because I missed out on the first Mojo Jojo.
These are the new Powerpuff Girls, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, they still look pretty much the same, but yeah, not the live action one that is or isn't going to be made.
I guess I'm looking at the eyeballs, and they don't look like the old school Powerpuff Girls that I remember.
Oh, okay. Well, Funko stylizes the eyes on a lot of the characters.
Oh, okay.
So
all right. I got you.
Cow and Chicken.
Nice.
Blue's Clues. They're going to have a flocked one, which I knew, figured was coming. Some new Adventure Time ones, including a, what do you call it? A BMO, where he's like an archer, which is pretty cool because I love BMO. But anyway, Peppa Pig, I know you're big on that.
Oh, I love me some Peppa Pig. Side of eggs, yeah.
Yep, delicious. Another one that I'm super stoked for, a new Johnny Bravo. This one comes with a comb and a mirror.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because again, The previous one I couldn't afford because it's an exclusive. And then the biggest one, Powder Toast Man.
What? All right, I'm done. That's
Yep.
pretty dope.
That's a GameStop exclusive. I'm gonna be going to GameStop Thursday to be pre-ordering that faux show.
That's a good one
Hopefully
right there.
Get that one. Dude, I was so stoked that they're finally making, because when they made Ren and or Stimpy originally, everybody was like, "Where's Powder Toast Man?"
I mean, I agree.
It's like, how do you not make Powder Toast Man? And I'm like, there's like 4 other characters I'd probably want too, because I'd love to have like the old man, like the little old man, and then the one that's like the dad figure that always has the garters for his socks.
Yeah, exactly.
The horse, I can't think of the horse's name, but the horse, freshly shaven yak would be awesome. But shit, what was the other one? Oh, obviously it'd be cool for them to make just like Log
Right.
as just by itself. I feel like one of the characters might have come with Log, but I don't
That's not the
remember
same.
for sure.
I want Log by itself.
Yeah. And they made the Space Idiots 2-pack originally. That was like the first Ren and Stimpy they made, I think. And I didn't get those because they were a Funko Shop exclusive, and stuff like that goes so fast it's hard to grab.
It's big,
So,
it's heavy, it's wood.
it's Log.
It's Log. It's Log.
Better
It's
than bad.
better
Good.
than bad. It's good.
Yeah. But dude, Powder Toast Man.
Shut up and take my money.
Dude.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, this group was a direct assault on my wallet for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good assortment.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. And the weirdest part of all is most of these are just regular releases. Most of them are not exclusives. There's a few in there.
Right.
But most of these are just plain common pops, which I'm so happy for, because it's cool that I have some that have appreciated in value, but I've been buying them because I just dig the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted that Johnny Bravo and Dexter so bad. And I was like, man, they go for like $100 now. It's like, yeah, I guess I'm not getting those, because
yeah, well, that's not happening apparently.
yeah. So when they're like, hey, here's some that are a little different, I'm like, okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah. And there's another line they announced like a week or two ago. There's a new, I think I mentioned already, there's a new line of Samurai Jack ones, but they're all from the like last season of the show.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yeah. So, but still cool, but not the ones I was hoping for. But
you can't win
maybe
them all, Brian.
No, you can't win them all. You're right.
Yeah.
So anyway, kind of hoping, maybe off the Netflix show, I'm wondering if there'll be any Sandman ones.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't remember if they've made Sandman. They made Death, but I don't remember if they ever made Sandman. I just don't remember. And they certainly haven't made any more past that. It would just be Sandman and Death because those are the most popular characters.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, yeah. So there's the shut up and take my monies for the week. And all right, let's do some Q of the W, I guess, eh?
Yeah, you betcha, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Oh, yeah, there, eh? Last week, I randomly just asked y'all, what is a snack you shouldn't like, but do? Our Diamond Top fan, Big Dev, says Slim Jims. They're terrible for me, but they hit the spot.
Dude, that's a fantastic answer.
Yeah,
because I'm not
smash Slim Jims.
Bruh, I got me a Slim Jim sitting right here on my desk.
I mean, I don't, and I'm sad.
Yeah. It would be funny if you did, though.
It would be.
Like both of us sitting there with Slim Jims.
Like you too. Oh shit!
Like when my brother and I, when I'd go up to Monroe, when I'd have to get my testosterone shot, we'd always stop at like a Walgreens there afterwards because he'd usually have to use the facilities real quick. And
right.
while we're in there, we'd almost always get a couple Slim Jims, hold us over till lunch. So
I like them big
I'm
fat
with you
Slim
on
Jims,
that.
them thick boy ones.
Yeah. Like instead of getting like a bag of beef jerky or something, and we're just, grabbing a couple Slim Jims, and the beef jerky's way better for you.
Yeah, because I'm not really even sure what's in a Slim Jim. I don't want to know.
You're not supposed to know.
Yeah,
you just eat
it. It tastes like deliciousness. That's all I know.
Yeah. You just stick it in your face and smile.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yep.
Other than that, on Facebook, Brian, we got nothing.
What?
Yeah.
But
But
nothing?
Brian, I can turn it over to Instagram.
All right.
So on Instagram,
You make me sad.
we got nothing.
Dang it. All right. Well, on Twitter, our friend Garrett said there's a local place that makes an amazing banh mi. You can order a triple meat version of it, and one of the meats is head cheese. I'll eat this sandwich every single day. I think all the veggies on the sandwich make up for it. That's fair. I'm sure that can't be good for you.
No.
But, yeah. I don't know about no head cheese, though. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, guess don't knock it till you try it.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things that, like, if I could just have it without really knowing that it's head cheese, I'd probably have a better shot at liking it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because, you know, when you know what head cheese is, you're kind of like, you know?
You're like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
So. But, like you said, can't knock it till you try it, I guess.
Knock it
All
till you
right.
Try it.
So Cheeto says the snack he likes but shouldn't, pork rinds.
Oh, dude, I love pork rinds.
Dried cubes of pig skin and fat, flash fried and boiling oil. I repeat, pig skin and fat. If you've ever handled a whole pig and prepped it for cooking, then you know then you know the skin is thick on some of them sows and tough. I shouldn't enjoy crunching these crispy puffs of animal hide, barbecue or hot and spicy preferably, but I do. Oh, and they will shred your mouth worse than Captain Crunch, but that doesn't stop me.
All right, Cheeto. Listen up, my friend, because I got a move for you, and it sounds insane, but hear me out.
Mm-hmm. It's insane, I'm telling you.
You take your pork rinds, and you toss them in, like, you know, a big, like, mixing bowl like you use in the kitchen. You throw them in the bowl,
You would toss,
and you
toss wings in.
Like you toss
right?
wings in, exactly.
Yeah.
You toss them in with melted butter, cinnamon, and sugar, or sweetener if you're not into the sugar game. And it's like eating churros. They're so fucking good, and it sounds insane, but it's crazy.
Chicharrones?
Yeah, exactly. Chicharro. Yeah, I love it. Chicharrones.
Right. All right.
Yeah, it's like pork candy. It's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like pork candy, he says.
Yeah, I made it with stevia when I was on the keto game there, and I almost ate the whole bag because they were so good.
Now, out of curiosity, you're talking like buy a bag from the store and toss this way?
You
or
could buy a bag of pork rinds from the store, not the barbecue, just basic bitch pork rinds. And you toss them with butter, cinnamon, and a sweetener, and they're fucking incredible.
That's one of those things that, like, if I showed up at your house and you were like, yo, I already have these made up, I'd probably be like, dope, let me try one. If I were there, I'd have a hard time with it because the smell of pork rinds, like the bag pork rinds, make me gag.
The bag of pork rinds, it's not a good smell. It probably smells like what Bull's inner thigh smells like. And I mean Bull from Night Court.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, Richard Ball, just working up a lather at the gym.
Exactly.
Like, somebody got pork rinds? Kinda.
Yeah, but no, it sounds weird, but it's good, and I hope he tries it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because it's really weird because, you know, I'm very much like I can't stand the ones out of like the bags, but and you've witnessed me eating fresh ones.
Dude,
and I've
if
been
you
like,
can find them fresh, oh boy.
Yeah. That's the move for sure, is if you make your own or can get them somewhere fresh. There's so much. It's a different beast, you know?
Like, I mean, there's
like out of the bag, they taste like garbage to me, but the ones that are fresh have so much better flavor to them.
I don't remember what town it was in, but it was in between here and Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's this little place called the Waldorf, and of course it's a brewery. Mm-hmm. And they had fresh. I know you're not a blue cheese guy either, Brian, so you wouldn't dig this, but they had fresh fried pork rinds, and it came with this like blue cheese dip. Oh, God, they were good. So
Made you move a little, huh?
yeah, so like Jeannie, she did not dig pork rinds, but she tried those, and she fell in love with the fresh ones because the fresh
Yeah.
ones are the way to go. I've heard, I'm dying. I've heard you can buy microwavable bags of like ones, and they puff up, and they taste just
Okay.
like fresh ones. But I had them in my cart once on Amazon. I never pulled the trigger.
Well, that feels like one of those, like, there's a sweet and salty language for you, Tony.
Yeah, really, you're not wrong.
Well, you know what you do is, you worst case scenario is you just buy the plain, right?
Yeah,
If they're not that great, then you toss them in the other, and then you rescue them.
I mean, maybe, right?
At least you'd have a backup plan,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
true.
Yeah. All right. So for this week, I was listening to the episode of The Sporkful with LeVar Burton. I am way behind on The Sporkful. I'm like 30 episodes
Oh,
back.
I was like, I don't
So-
remember him being on it, so that's how long ago
Yeah.
it was.
That's how far ago. Yeah. And they talked about a book that I had never heard of before called Enemy Pie.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this book?
I have not.
Okay, well, it's a kid's book, obviously, because, reading rainbow type
Yeah,
stuff.
Rainbow,
And,
yeah.
he tells the story of it, how basically it's, this kid gets bullied, and the kid's dad says, well, you get this kid to trust you, and I will make a pie with whatever you want in it for him, basically. So you can, like, I got you with this pie, right?
Wait, the parents are encouraging this.
Yes. Well, hold on.
All right.
So anyway, so the kid talks with his friend or whatever, and the kid picks out all this like awful stuff to go in the pie. And the dad goes, basically when they sit down to eat the pie, the kid really doesn't want this other kid because he spent the day with him. So by then, his dad knows by telling him spend the day with him and get him to trust you that they might become friends, basically. So by the time it comes time to serve the pie, the kid's like, oh shit, I don't want him to eat that. And I guess like this bully eats some of the pie and is like, oh, this is delicious. And then the kid's dad goes to eat some and he's like, oh my God, and turns out, the dad lies to him, basically, like says he's going to feed him this horrible pie, but doesn't. He makes him a pie that's because he knew they were going to be friends. So, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Cool kid story. But we're assholes here. So the question for me, for everyone for this week is, what would you put in your enemy pie?
Ooh, that's fun.
And now, obviously in the spirit of things, it shouldn't be something that's necessarily going to kill somebody. But also, if you're that kind of person.
We're talking like edible.
Sure. Yeah, because it seems weird to be, now keep in mind, Play-Doh, crayons, stuff like that are all edible. So
yeah, that's
kind of
true.
open it up. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'm trying to think of like what I don't like, and there's really not a lot of food I don't like.
Right.
God, what would be in my enemy pie?
Just a bunch of decon. No.
So much decon.
So much decon.
All right, so I'm gonna go with like overcooked chicken thigh.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is to some people it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because they're only used to. Well, we won't name names, but we both know somebody who didn't know what properly cooked chicken was. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's unfortunate how some of us are brought up like that.
Yes, it is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So yeah, overcooked chicken thigh.
Yeah. That's a travesty, though.
It
Man.
is. It is.
That's like overcooking a steak almost.
Worst move ever.
Yeah.
We're gonna smother that with some beets.
Okay.
Like, I like pickled beets. I like roasted beets, but raw beets are just trash.
Fair enough.
It's like I don't know how beets in a pie would be. Whatever. We're putting beets in there. Fuck y'all.
What do you care? You're not eating
I'm
it.
not eating it. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not eating it. But then you need like a binder for this chicken thigh beet situation.
Now, are you just chopping the beets up, or are you gonna like puree them?
Oh no, they're like cubed.
Okay.
Yeah, I want
All right.
cubes of beet. But then for a binder, and I can't think of anything worse to throw in the oven to bake into a pie than just mayonnaise.
What a binder.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So yeah, overcooked chicken, beet, mayonnaise pie. I mean, it sounds delicious.
The real question is, how do you get the person to eat this, right? You know, because like the smell of that can't be good.
Oh no, but it might not look bad because the beets might bleed into the mayonnaise and turn it like purple.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd be like,
That's true.
what sort of fruit is
Well,
this?
You could give it a light. I assume you're going to give it a light toss before you pour it
Oh,
in.
very light.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you don't.
I mean, I don't have to worry about mixing in the salt and pepper because there's no seasoning.
No. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
No seasoning.
why would I season it?
There's either no seasoning or you go too far, but you don't want to go too far because then they absolutely aren't going to eat more than maybe the smallest bite of it.
I'm not talking about chicken thighs like overbaked where they get like weird and hard. I'm talking about like overboiled. So there's like no flavor and it's like weird and flaky.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Because my was going to have chicken in it too, but it was going to be chicken from a can.
Oh God.
And I mean chicken from a can.
Yeah.
You know, not like, like smells like tuna, but it's chicken in a can, which is still weird to me.
Agreed.
Have you ever bought that? Like where you have like the canned chicken, where it's kind of like if you bought tuna fish in a can.
Yeah, like the chunked chicken or whatever.
Yeah, like you open it, it smells like tuna fish to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, tuna's chicken at a sea, Brian.
Yeah, it's like that's weird. Anyway, but yeah, I would go with that. And I was trying to think originally because I was thinking similar to like you, because I was like, well, I wanted to have, you wanted to have. I was thinking like a pot pie kind of a concept,
Right?
But I was trying to think what could be the filling that would go amazing with that canned chicken. But I really had a hard time. I couldn't come up with anything. But then I thought about it. And what I want to do is I want to make like a roux like you would for your chicken pot pie. But I want to put way too much flour in it.
I love it.
So it's just going to be chewy but gross.
And you can't let that that roux you're supposed to like get it cooked so it cooks out that flour taste. It gets kind of nutty.
Nope, it's going to stay right there.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So, and then I was going to also put, burnt Brussels sprouts, probably. That's, I think, where I'm going to go. So I'm going to sell it like it's a chicken pot pie, but it's just going to have, and probably some other vegetable like that people can't stand, like okra or something like that,
Okra.
Even though fried okra is delicious.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And okra is a great binder too.
Yeah, it's like weird and slimy when it's by itself. So. Yeah,
it's amazing if you need to bind like a soup or something like that. It's really good for it. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted something that would just on surface seem like it was going to be a really good chicken pot pie, but then when you bite into it, it's like the worst.
It's just shite.
Yeah, and the dough is going to be store bought.
Well,
the crust. Because fuck, making
Oreo
fresh.
cookie crust.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So there you go. So the question for this week is just, what's in your enemy pie?
I like it.
Show me what you got.
Please.
Do
it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about a show, eh?
Yeah, I believe so.
We did it, Brian. We did it again.
Yep. Oops. Oh my God, that was a long one. Shit, I didn't realize how long that was. Oof.
Didn't feel like it.
Yeah, we went way over. Anyway, so head over to saltylanguage.com, click the links, check out the past episodes. You can find the link to our the network that we're part of. Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows on that network. And of course, while you're there, if you talk to anybody, tell Mark that Tony misses it.
Like click on the contact link and just put Tony missed you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like it. All right. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find this show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
You can find me on the Instagrams at The Monotony. And, if you want to watch our show as opposed to just listen to it and see what sort of nonsense we're talking about. Look at my dumb hams hat I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
Go to Salty Language Pod on YouTube. But everything's at saltylanguage.com. Although I keep forgetting to go to our website and see if I can just make a native video player on there. The last time I tried to do something similar to that, Squarespace is like, sure you can. Pay us more money. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So
sounds about right.
Yeah. So we'll see though. But yeah, saltylanguage.com, Salty Language Pod on YouTube. And I guess that's all we got.
What about on TikTok?
We are on TikTok. I haven't put anything up in a while. I'll be honest.
You're killing our momentum, Tony. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm 42 years old. I shouldn't even be on TikTok.
We were about to be the next big thing. Yeah, we're in that group of people that isn't supposed to be popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
Young or old, yes. Our age group, it's like, why are you even on TikTok?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the thing I've noticed is like people my age are either like cooking, fixing cars, or they're too old to be wearing the clothes they're wearing and they're dancing, trying to get like thirst trap attention.
Okay. So that's that's our in then.
Yeah, the Cougar Nation.
Yeah. We have to go get, stylish clothing.
Yeah, we got to become Manthers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We need to have like team gear made up like that, because that would just be awesome. Like instead of like the Carolina Panthers, just have Manthers and, so it looks like official team gear type stuff. Would be fun.
Salty Language Manthers.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this.
Yeah.
This is a great idea.
Dev, we got a new job for you. You're now the mascot of the Manthers.
Hell yeah. We're gonna need you to start working on your forward flip for the slam dunk contest.
Right. Yeah. Oh shit. You go to those colleges that don't have a sports team and just be like, hey, well, for whatever your assemblies are or whatever, you can rent our mascot to show up, and he tries to dunk.
It's just Dev just shows up in an extra short kimono.
Yeah.
Like, where's your mascot outfit? This is it.
When he hits the trampoline. Well, what's funny is he's got his junk dressed up as the mascot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So when he jumps, you see the mascot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
especially during the forward flip.
Right. Luckily, there's a GoPro mounted just right, so it'll show on the big screen too.
Of course.
Got to get that extra close-up footage.
I mean, yes, we had to contact GoPro and get a custom-made dick mount.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. These are the prices we're willing to pay.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
Oh, man. All right, so until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty, everybody.
And let's go, Manthers. Let's go. Clap.
I'm not clapping. I refuse.
Not either. Noxious. Yeah.
That'd be stupid.
All right.